Oi, get the checkbook out this summer. Hey, Florian. Oh, art thou Florian? I believe you're looking for a new football club, my mate. Hey, England, Manchester, Etihad, this Stad will be playing Champions League football next year, my friend. Yeah, how about you take a little 2-2 Ryanair jet from Leverkusen over to Manchester. We'll get you a nice hotel stay. Little 2-2 medical, £300,000 a week. Couple bonuses thrown in there. 2-2 Ballon d'Or in a couple years. Champions League. Happy days. You want to go Bayern Munich. Little 2032 Bayern Munich driller. Happy days. We get the next up and coming star. How about it, Florian? Florian. How art thou, Florian?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. We're late because I'm late, because I was outside touching grass, but I touched the grass too much. So I stayed a bit later than expected. I'm home at 2:20 a.m. You get me? It's Ramadan next week, so I won't be able to touch grass, regularly. So I went and I touched the grass. Big up to all of you guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. All my brothers' links are in the description. We're going to talk about Liverpool Football Club. We're going to talk about our club. You get me? So, I appreciate you all. I'm enjoying Liverpool content. Specifically when we can have the real conversations about our football club. Anyway, Mike in the building. Big up Mike. K-Mac in the building. Big up K-Mac. Fozzie, last second. Big up to you. And big up to Jamie. Emeka and KJ both had, family emergencies. So we wish them and their families well. They couldn't make it. But regardless, man, like Fozzie, thank you for joining us, Habibi, as always.
No worries.
So, we won a game of football. Mike, I'm going to start over with you. By the way, just before we start, guys, already 200 people in the building. I appreciate you. Let's get the likes up. We need 100 likes ASAP. ASAP, hit the like button right now. Anyway, Mike, talk to me, Habibi. What did you make of the Sunderland game?
There's not really much to say. Sunderland didn't have any chances. I was never really worried about them scoring. Towards the end of the game, we stopped pressing. And to be honest with you, the whole game we sort of didn't really press, but Sunderland didn't really know how to deal with that. Roofs spent more time on the ball than any other player for Sunderland. Roofs is their goalkeeper. He got more screen time than anybody. We had plenty of chances that we wasted. On any other day, that game ends 3-4, 5-0, maybe 1. Like if you want to count Broby's one chance that Konate gets the block in, sure. But that's like the only chance that they had. And I think that Allison had it covered anyway. So, nothing to complain about with the game. Nothing to complain about with the substitutions. It's unfortunate that Endo seems to have picked up a hefty injury. And I thought that Endo put in a decent performance. Given
Is there any recent news on that, by the way, since the morning?
I don't know. All I know is he was given the green whistle. And you're given that. If you break your leg and an ambulance shows up, they give you that for the pain. So whatever it is, I'm assuming it was pretty bad. But I thought it was a good performance from him, given the fact he was basically playing right winger. Like, Salah tucked in and Endo in possession was occupying the same areas as Jeremy Frimpong would be. I didn't think that Gakpo had that terrible of a game, to be honest with you. One of the most underperforming players. I think that everyone was underwhelming in transition. I think we messed up a lot of transition opportunities, whether we ignored Ekitike through the middle, or Gakpo looked off someone, or Salah looked off someone. I don't think anyone was dreadful. I don't think anyone was like spectacular. I think we created chances. We scored one off of a set piece. Could have scored more. Didn't look like we were going to concede anything. And then, just to keep it at the game, that's where I'll leave it, because I'm tired of talking about this whole season. So just keep it moving. You got 11 games left. I believe you need to win 10 of those 11 games to really, really solidify 5th place. So just keep winning games. That's all I ask. Keep winning. We move.
Yeah, I actually thought we played all right.
Me too.
Against Brighton. I actually think we played all right.
Sunderland.
Yeah, Sunderland. Yeah, oh, I'm getting ahead of myself now, aren't I?
You're reviewing the game.
Yeah. I've already seen the game. That's what's happening. No, look, I actually enjoyed the Sunderland game doing the watch long. It was a Liverpool game I actually enjoyed. I felt like we were pretty much comfortable for the whole 90 minutes against quite a physical outfit in Sunderland, who are a good side and and are undefeated at home till we played them. So you got to give them respect.
Yes.
And I don't know what people expect at the moment. Liverpool are shit.
We're shit.
So Liverpool are not going to come out playing like Liverpool, 1970 Brazil. No, it's not going to happen. Their performances still going to be in and out. Their performances are still going to be, a little bit dire at times. But I thought the performance was okay. It was a decent game. It was a decent performance, and it got 3 points. I'm not going to overlook it or overbook it. It is what it is, and Liverpool are what they are right now. And I just think it's very hard to, the way Liverpool have been this season. They can't just put in this like amazing performance that's, out of this world, and everyone raves about it when you're in the form that you are in. So, taking all that in consideration, I thought Liverpool did a decent job, got the 3 points, and move on. My only worry is the Endo thing, because obviously I'm getting an Endo T-shirt made. Everyone who watched my channel the other day knows this, and Endo T-shirts are on the way, people. No lie, they will be on the way soon. That's my guy. As soon as people on my channel the other day when I did the preview just before kickoff, and we saw the team sheet and Endo was in, I guaranteed 3 points straight away. And do you know what irritates me? Endo's performance shows me that Arne Slot should have trusted him much more this year.
Yeah,
much more, because look, I'm not gassing out Endo. He's not a world-class footballer, yeah, but what he gives you is something we don't have in our team right now, and that's he knows how to defend. If you play him at right back, centre back, or in midfield, he knows how to defend. Is he tremendous with the ball? No, but neither is like Ryan Gravenberch or anyone else like that in our midfield. But he knows how to get himself into positions to defend. He knows how to, if he needs to, chop a man down so he don't go clean through. He'll get a yellow card for the team. He'll get himself in defensive positions, and he's actually a little bit better on the ball than people actually do give him credit for. He can play a pass, so. It's just a shame. I hope his injury ain't too bad, because I think he showed everyone that he's at a level where, Slot should have trusted him more this year. And that goes back to what Slot's been like since he has been Liverpool manager. There's players he just don't trust and want to give time to that could have come into this lineup in the last 2 years and played and done okay. But that's on the manager for me.
I agree, mate. I agree. Like, if you watch the game, to me, like, it wasn't the most spectacular game I've ever seen, but it was a professional performance, and the players that he played in that game, majority of them were experienced players. You know what I mean? So when you've got experienced players on the pitch, that means the mistakes will be limited. And what I liked about our midfield in that game is that they didn't stray. You know what I mean? Normal circumstances, they stray from the middle, and then the opposition finds a space in the middle, and then there's passes from the back to that midfielder that's finding space in the middle. They go and counter attack and probably get a goal or get a chance. But listen, that game to me it was like a typical away European performance. When you need to win, when you get in your Champions League game and you want to get through to the next round, that's how it looked to me. And limiting Sunderland to minimal chances and controlling the game throughout, that's something we should have done 16 18 games ago. You don't do it right now. I know, like, we could still qualify for the Champions League, but imagine if we did this earlier, well, we could have been in the league probably in a higher position that we're in right now. Listen, I'm not gonna fault any player for that game. I thought everybody had their impact in the game, and getting a win out of Sunderland, considering like every other team at the top of the league went down there and didn't get a win, is impressive in my opinion. So long may it continue, because we need this. We need Champions League football this season, because if we don't get Champions League football this season, it's going to be impossible to sign the players that we want for next season. So yeah, let's just hope this is a starting point of.
This is the thing. Like, we'll speak about Salah in a bit, but with all due respect, I'm not trying to see like some random kid come in as the more replacement if he does leave in the summer.
Yeah.
And let's all establish something. Olise is not coming to Liverpool to play Karabag on a Thursday night. He's just not. Yes, certain players of certain ilk will require Champions League football to join. That's the truth. Olise will not join Liverpool Football Club without Champions League football. He just won't. It's the truth. It's just the truth. Olise wants to play Champions League football. He's in the prime time of his career. He wants to be a starter guaranteed for the French national team. He wants to be part of this whole thing. So we 100% we need the Champions League football next year.
Yeah, all these people saying like let's get out of it and all that stuff. Let's just stop the season now. Like you're off your head. We need Champions League football in order for us to compete with the best of them out there next season. Because if you look at this team, guys, we ain't that far off competing again next season. If you look at it, player wise. So when everybody's fit and we add quality on top of the players we already have this season, we can compete. And it depends on the manager as well. I mean, if Arne Slot doesn't stay and we get a new one, then we'll see where we are. But like I said, we need to get Champions League football in order for us to get quality players next season. Yeah, goal came back, man. Sorry, mate.
So big up everyone. Hit the likes and subscribe. Get the likes up anyway. I thought it was a little bit like Arsenal away. Like I was expecting the worst because we weren't great like beforehand. And we went into this game and it was a defensive masterclass. Like Virgil van Dijk and Canate were absolutely sensational. Like they were absolutely sensational. The amount of one-on-ones which Canate won with Ryan Broby was just unbelievable. And this is a really physical, strong team that have only conceded 9 goals, I think, at home all season. Like we conceded more than 9 goals off some absolute dross at home. Like this team was a really good team at home. They don't win a lot of games at home, but they don't lose. Like they haven't lost any at home. And to go there and shut shop, and let's be honest, we did shut shop. Like once we scored our goal, which was our 4th set piece in 2026, by the way. So we started to get the set pieces sorted now. There was nothing. Like they didn't offer anything, and we literally shut shop. And I was sat there in the second half thinking, "Oh my God, we're sitting back again." But Virgil and Canate, nothing shall pass. And Alisson didn't have to do a lot. Robbo played really well, by the way. Endo, I really fear for Endo because I think that could be a knee, it could be an ankle, it could be a lot of things. Like
an ankle injury.
Whole leg went the other way. Oh man, and he got up and played on as well because we had a corner to defend. What a warrior. Like seriously, I really hope he's not out for his World Cup because that could be his last World Cup as well.
Exactly.
I thought McAllister played really well. And it was just a really good defensive performance by Liverpool, and I wasn't expecting it. I genuinely wasn't because Sunderland had been decent. And long may that continue. If we can kind of sort that defence out, then we're already on the way to getting top 5. But yeah, good job by the lads.
WrestleMania 15% off tickets. Is what
no, thank you.
Oh yeah, Jamie and Posy actually watched it.
Yeah.
Did anyone actually believe that was real when they were kids?
Yeah.
I was a kid. I fully believe it. I swear to God. Jamie, you're on mute, by the way. But I fully believed it. When I was a child.
Getting hit with chairs and they were bleeding. I was like, it's got to be real. Like,
well, they do really
as well. Like,
they really
on purpose.
no, they do. They really do bleed. To be fair, they cut themselves with razor wire.
Oh, you see it, Jay? Yeah, when they go underneath the ring and that, yeah, when they do that.
When my childhood friend convinced me, shout out to Zaid if he's ever watching, but my childhood friend convinced me that wrestling is fake. I fully called him a liar, and I went home, and that weekend, I couldn't believe it. I went and I watched the video where they explain how wrestling is done on YouTube back in the day. And I was like, I really thought that this was real. Like when Batista said, like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of Great Khali. Like I thought that shit is real, bro. Like I was 11 years old. You know, I was like, oh, the Great American Bash. There is no way. I'm like very excited.
It's more real than Arne Slot. Let's put it that way.
To be fair, like I think an element of wrestling died a little bit as soon as like the whole kayfabe thing died with it as well. Like the whole, like, you know, living the character and, you know, expressing yourself on a mic and all that shit. Like I think it was a massive part of wrestling. Listen, for me, Beth Phoenix eliminated Great Khali from the Royal Rumble with a kiss, and I stopped watching ever since. I'm like, you're taking the piss now. This whole, you put this guy in a Punjabi prison cell match with Batista, and then a diva eliminates him with a kiss. Fuck off, honestly. Like, it's just, I couldn't do it. And then the Nexus came around, and it made me want to not watch even more. It was dead, just dead. They had to bring back Bret Hart. He was fucking 70 years old. Big up to MCFC Papi, who says we can beat City, Liverpool, most delusional fans. You see, this is my problem with you, yeah? You're a fraud.
Me. I didn't think
I'll tell you why you're a fraud. If we sat here last week and we're like, you know, I'm really worried for the game. It's going to be a difficult game. You'd be like, oh my God, we haven't won at Anfield in 20 years. Why are these Liverpool fans not showing chest? They spent 500 million in the summer and they're showing no chest. And then we do the opposite and you're like, why are they showing chest? So which one is it, brother? You got to attack us regardless? Fraud. Liverpool need Villa to fall off, but it's not happening. Oh, it will happen. I promise you, Chelsea are going to fall off and Villa will fall off. Mark my words. Write it down. Write it down right now. Clip this. They're both going to fall off. 100% they won't both continue on this level. 100% they will both fall off. And by the way, they've been falling off as well. But it's whether we are good enough to be there. Whether we are good enough to stay in that position. Big up to you, Voodoo Pool. Big up to you, Katsande, MCFC, and Voodoo Pool. Big up to all of you guys. Look, here's my opinion on the Sunderland game. Obviously, we went to a stadium that, you know, they haven't lost at home in a really in a really long time, and we went there and we won, which I think is very important. I do, you know, when I said at the start of the stream, like, you know, I'm happy with the Liverpool conversations. I was being completely sarcastic. I'm really not. I think it's just the same. You know, 2 to 3 people were calling out every single game, even when they play well. It's just boring. You know, I just don't think we're watching football anymore. We're watching football with an agenda lens. We're watching football with indirectly, whether we like it or not, in some form of brainwashed sort of thinking. Because a lie told 1,000 times becomes the truth. I said this on my pre-recorded video earlier about a lot of players. This applies to McAllister as an example. Forget, I'm not even going to mention Mo because people in the chat will start just barking, of course, as usual, because you can't say Mo had a good game. But with McAllister, as an example, it's the same stuff like, oh, McAllister is slow. McAllister can't play in this midfield. McAllister this, McAllister that. He was very good against Sunderland. He won 9 out of 12 ground duels. He actually got stuck in a lot more than Gravenberch did. And every single time we wanted to initiate an attack, he was there and he was playing the ball forward and he was initiating attacks for us. And he was doing the shit that I was very happy to see McAllister do last season for us. So, you know, the only thing for me is I feel like the reason why myself, Jamie, and everyone on this panel holds back a little bit is because we've seen this movie one too many times. Meaning, we watch a really good performance and then the game after that, it's shit. Nottingham Forest are going to have new manager bounce against us. It wouldn't shock me at all if Nottingham Forest beat us in the Premier League. Now, of course, we still have Brighton tomorrow, but I'm talking about like our next Premier League game. So we sort of have that element of like inconsistency where we sit there and, you know, we don't really perform at a certain level every single week. We don't even do the same stuff that even works for us every single week again. Like the way that we defended against Man City versus the way that we defended against Sunderland is night and day. We defended so much more compact, so much more solid against Sunderland. I agree with Jamie. I think Endo was fantastic for us from a defensive perspective. And even going forward, to be fair, he did link up well with Mo 1 or 2 times. And the one, when even when I was doing the watch along, the tackle that he made, it scared me watching it live, bro. Like he kind of tackled and then he got up and then his knee did this again. I was like, shit. Like, it looks like something happened. So, you know, it's really worried.
Do you know what I love about him, though? Do you know what I love about him, though? He was seriously injured, yeah, but his job weren't finished.
Seriously injured, mate. Like,
and he got
really
up and
injured.
he carried on playing and defending it out. He saw it out till he couldn't stand no more. That level of respect, man. Look, if we had more players like Endo's mentality, we wouldn't be where we are, man.
100%. 100%.
I'm sick of Gravenberch. I want him gone. Right.
Wow.
Right. right? And I've been a big Gravenberch
I don't
fan for a long
disagree.
time. Yeah,
I
I've
don't
been a big
disagree.
Gravenberch fan.
Howard.
I've been a big Gravenberch fan for a long time. Yeah, but my wife's got more backbone than Gravenberch, right? My wife would make more tackles than. I am sick
because
of.
your wife has. I don't know that.
I am so sick of Gravenberch making these kind of tackles.
There's got to be a meme on that now, aren't there?
I'm done. I'm done. When I saw Endo do what he did, and then still get up, fucking injured, and put defending the way he did, I look at Gravenberch and think, if you had Endo's mentality like that, would go with your actual physical ability, you'd actually be a world-class midfielder. Like, honestly, you would be, because you've got the physical traits to be. But if you had Endo's mentality to go wrong with it, you'd be a fucking world-class midfielder. Do you know what I mean? It winds me up. I've seen a lot of players in our team now just wind me up so much because they got all the physical tools to be great. They got all the physical tools to be great. But they got the mentality, man.
The thing is, like, how do you go from last season to this season like this? That's the question you got to ask yourself. Because last season, not many people were complaining about these players the way they're performing.
He wasn't doing that. He wasn't having to do that. It was McAllister that was doing that for him.
What I'm trying to say to you guys is, like, if one or two players are out of form, I understand. But when it's the whole team that's out of form, then you got to ask questions about the tactics. And you got to ask questions about the manager, what he puts out there. You know what I mean? Like, if you play football, you understand, like, two players, I will listen. If two players are performing badly every single time, I'll be going after them every single time and saying, what are you doing? Like, you're crap. But when it's like we're picking on the whole team consistently throughout the season, then you got to ask, like, what tactics are we putting out there? I watched the Man City game, yeah? If you look at the penalty, everybody was blaming Alisson. But if you look at the sequence before that penalty, there was three players watching the ball and Nunes ran behind them and nobody spotted Nunes running behind them. So that's a tactical thing. You know what I mean? If you look at the gaps that appeared when that penalty happened, he had a whole space to run into. Do you remember when Klopp used to, like, tactically organize the team? There was no gaps. There was nothing. So what did he have to do? What did this manager have to do in Sunderland? He brought back the old players. Why? Because they could take instructions. Why? Because they don't leave gaps at the back. And then you look at Robertson and Endo in the game, there was no gaps compared to what we saw in the previous games. So they've been coached. Sunderland has been studied. Finally, he's doing something that he should have done a long time ago. But as I said, Jamie, if a whole 11...
Can I give you an example, though, with this whole tackles thing? Look, just pure numbers wise, how many, and please let Fozzie answer this, maybe he can get convinced of our opinion.
Go on.
Fozzie, how many ground duels you think Gravenberch contested against Sunderland?
I don't think he wins a lot of ground duels.
How many? Just take a guess in the 90 minutes.
I don't know, maybe 8, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea.
He contested 2 ground duels. How many do you think he won? One of them. One out of 2. Okay.
Yeah.
How many Alexis McAllister contested?
What, like 14, 15?
12.
Over 10. Over 10.
Over 10.
12. 12 ground duels, of which he won 8.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was actually
So,
9
so,
on
Husam,
4.
you
I
don't
think
believe-
they corrected
you
one of
don't-
them.
So, Husam, you don't believe it's a tactical thing when all 11 players are every single time?
But here's the thing, though. What Jamie's saying is true. We can't, bro. I'm slot out.
So am I.
want the guy-
So am I.
We all on this panel, just to make this clear, we all want slot gone.
But he ain't going nowhere. Let me just put it that way.
Every single one of us wants slot gone.
Yeah.
Tackling has nothing to do with the fucking manager. Like, he has to be able to put in a challenge. And for me, McAllister,
I agree with you. Tackling shouldn't be nothing to do with
that has nothing to do with slot.
But the thing is, that's something you should be asking your players. Why aren't they doing it? That's something in the training ground you got to fix. If you know what I mean. For example, if I was a coach, yeah, and a player is not doing what he's instructed to do in the game, continuously he's doing the same mistake, do you think I'm going to play him in the next? I don't care if my squad is thin. Do you think I'm going to play him again? I'd rather play Endo there instead of him going forward. That's what I would do. You know what I mean? But he keeps playing him, bro. Then
I warned you all about Ryan Gravenberch and no one wanted to believe me. I told you guys. I said that position, we need one of two things. Either get someone who's a destroyer or get someone who's an elite passer. Nothing in the middle works. Nothing.
There's a guy at Aston Villa that can work over there. His name is Onana. Did you watch him against Arsenal? What he did? He dominated them. He battered them. He could do the whole job. Someone like that. That's what we need in that midfield. Not a guy who's doing this every single time. But like I said, it's a tactical thing. If you don't solve it in the training ground, they take it on the pitch, and that's why these things keep reoccurring itself every single time.
Yeah. Credit to Robertson as well. I agree with Jamie.
Sorry, you could go and finish what you're saying. Sorry about
That
that.
was good.
No, it's okay. I agree with Jamie as well on Robertson. I think Robertson was very good in that game. Endo was very good. I think our back five were probably all good and commanding. But my issue is, why the fuck didn't we just do that against Man City? We would have won the game. We did literally won the game had we just defended better instead of just being idiots for no fucking reason.
My issue is, why didn't we do that against all the dross? Like, I can accept being beat by Manchester City twice, but I can't accept getting beat by Nottingham Forest and drawing to Leeds and getting beat by Bournemouth and like just.
This would make sense if McAllister wasn't the starting DM for Argentina, bro. But
because you guys, you're not viewing it right.
We just need to win our battles, and we didn't do that.
The reason why we lost the City is not because we defended poorly, and the reason why we lost to the dross of the league is not because we defended poorly. All of our losses this season are because of the way that we go forward, not the other way around. It is everything to do with how we are in possession. When you look at that City game, we basically said first 45 minutes we're not playing football. We're not doing it. We're not gonna try to hold the ball. We ain't gonna try to do jack shit. We're just gonna get through, and it's gonna be 0-0. And if we happen to hit him on the break one time, we happen to do it. But for the most part, I'm not expanding outside of my half. Second half comes, and the second we start trying to impose ourselves on the game, we are just hammering them for the next 25 minutes, right? And we probably should have scored more than the free kick. And we probably should have created more than we created in the first place. But if you had started the game that way, then you would have been looking at that picture at halftime rather than at the 70th minute. And then we went ahead and we scored.
I agree with you on
proper.
First half.
We didn't make the proper substitutions. But then, if you want to look at all of the other games this season, where is it that Liverpool fail in the game? Liverpool fail in the game, especially against poor sides, when we have a lot of the ball, when we are controlling play, but we're not creating jack shit, and we're not breaking into the final third. And then we get frustrated. And then all of a sudden, when we get frustrated, we start making mental errors. And then we give away a cheap transition. And then everyone's head drops because I was already frustrated to begin with just to create a chance. Now I've made a mistake and I've sacrificed the lead. Now I'm going to be even less stable than I was beforehand. Defense starts with how you are in possession. That's exactly how it was under Jurgen Klopp. That's exactly how it is under, for Pep Guardiola or any of the top managers in history. It starts with how you go forward. Because if I am imposing myself on the game, the other team is going to take less risks because they know how dominant I'm being. But because we're so not dominant and because we create so little in our own possession, that gives them more confidence. So it's. To me, it's more of a
can I give you a different
problem,
perspective?
And then it's a mental problem because
let me just provide you a different perspective for the City game. First half, we got schooled.
Got battered, man.
First on purpose. We didn't try to play, but we didn't try to play football. Like,
but
that's
once again, I'll give an example. This is why I wish I could just hold. I wish I could just have a fucking 10-minute conversation with the slot and explain to him the shit that we see, because maybe he needs a different voice. Like fucking give him mic for 10 minutes just to explain to the shit we're watching. Why did you high press Man City again? Why? Again, he went to the same fucking thing that didn't work again. Don't stop coming up against these teams that are clearly better than us in this moment in time and acting like you're Billy Big Bollocks and let's go play this fucking, like, we're not that team. Humble yourself. We have to stay humble now. We need to recognize who the fuck's better than us and play a certain style against them. And it worked in the second half. A lot of our attacks were counterattacks. We saw it. For 30 minutes, we were much better. Yes, we had 70% possession, but a lot of the attacks were initiated through counters, through, someone making a great pass, blah, blah, blah. I think that's something that, has let us down a little bit. I think we should have went a lot more defensive against Manchester City in the first half, sucked in all the pressure and tried to counterattack them. But instead, within the first minute, Mike, Milos Kerkez is clearing a Haaland chance. First minute. What are we doing here?
You're so right.
What
You're
are we?
so right. The games that we played well in, we've been humble to go into them.
Yes.
Fact.
Real Madrid at home, Arsenal
Aston
at home,
Villa.
Arsenal away,
Yes.
Inter Milan
Aston
away.
Villa as
Like,
well. We were very humble in that game.
all games where we've been really pragmatic and we haven't gone gung ho and we haven't put ourselves out of position, and we've got results out of all of them. Even Sunderland away, by the way.
I think
Okay,
Slot is
but
being
hold-
too stubborn. I agree with Mike and with
Stubborn.
Fozzy that overall he still is to blame. Make no mistake, 80% of the reason of why we're here is Arne Slot for me. He has fucked up this team mentally, like even the whole Gravenberg not tackling thing. This comes in with mental preparation of the team, preparing the team mentally, preparing the team to fight for you. The managers. And by the way, Oxlade-Chamberlain came out publicly. I'm not even going to use a great player. I'm going to use the Ox as the example. Oxlade-Chamberlain came out publicly in the interview. I'm sure all of you guys watched it. And he said, Jurgen Klopp made you want to run through a brick wall for him. We never ever came out from a Liverpool game and went like, oh, we didn't fight today. And when Trent did that, the whole fan base cooked him. When Trent did that in a couple of times.
He did the Tyler Morton interview.
Slot. Arne Slot wants you to make yourself run in front of a car.
Yeah.
The difference. That's the difference.
Just
Just for me, overall, I blame Slot. But here's the thing, Mike. Sometimes we do have to take a step back and go like, as much as I want this guy gone, not everything is his fault as well.
No, which is going to lead me into the fact that I'm at the point now where I don't care for having conversations on the bald cuck. It means nothing to me. We all know how we feel about him. Right now, from this point going forward, especially that City game and the Sunderland game and every game going forward, I'm now looking at the individual quality of players. And what I've seen over the last 2 games, it's not great. Like, I'm now beginning to question the individual quality of almost everyone. Listen, I have put myself in front of an army for Ibrahima Konate, and I will die on that hill. I will die on that hill, and I will defend him with everything, because when he's on it, he's unbelievable. But, outside of Kirkez as a left back, Frimpong, everyone else, I'm sitting here and I'm like, what are we doing? The amount of times that Hugo Ekitike got looked off by all 3 midfielders, making a run through the middle, but we didn't want to play the pass. Mohamed Salah, listen, in front of goal, Mohamed Salah is the worst I've ever seen in my entire life. In front of goal, when it's his turn to shoot, oh Lord. Cody Gakpo, the guy cannot play football. Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister. Listen, like McAllister put in effort, right? He put in effort against Sunderland, but at the end of the day, sometimes effort isn't what I need. It's quality. And I'm genuinely questioning the quality of 95% of our players. I don't know if they have the technical ability to play tight passes, one-touch passes, to create something out of nothing. I know Florian Wirtz can. I know that he can, because he's created over 60 chances this season, and I can see that quality in tight spaces. But I really don't know about everyone else. And that's the issue going forward. Even if we get through and we make the Champions League and I have to bring in someone else, I'm not fully confident that a lot of these players are going to be as good as I thought they were for another manager. I really don't. So we're in a very peculiar situation. And at this point, I feel like we need to be looking at our individuals and their performances and their ability to perform under a shit system. What can you provide me? I know what Florian Wirtz can, because the guy is playing out of position. He's playing left wing, right wing. He's playing, 8, 6, 10. He's all over the pitch and he's still creating. So I get that. And Ekitike, listen, he missed 2 headers in the last 2 games, but he scored 2 crazy goals against Newcastle. So as far as my book is concerned, over the last 2 weeks, he's even. And that's 90% better than Darwin Núñez. So, and at the end of the day, what is he, 22 years old? So I'm definitely concerned. I'm concerned about our quality. I'm concerned about the quality of our players. And that's, saying nothing about Slot, because we could sit here, we could talk in circles. We could talk in circles about him all day. There's just no point.
It is fine margins with Ekitike as well, because he did get on the end of those 2 chances. So you have to give him credit that he was there for them. Like, there's so many players that haven't been there. But look, they could have both gone in. Like, they were close, really close. And Mo Salah as well. Mo Salah was really close to scoring against Sunderland. He just put it that much. But I think you're right as well, though. I think I think we're looking at this now, and if this guy stays, and for God's sake, I hope he doesn't. But if he does stay,
He's staying. He's staying.
it is a reset. It is a reset. Like there's got to he has to have new players in certain positions because they can't work in his system. They just can't work.
One came out.
Like what are you going to do? What are you going to do with the midfielder? Like you don't like Curtis Jones, and you clearly need a Curtis Jones in your midfield because nobody can progress the ball out and pass the ball with any speed.
2 games in a row, I begged for Jones to come on.
McAllister gets caught all the time because he's slow. So what are you going to do there? Like one of them's got to get dropped. Were you trying to give McAllister a new contract, and it looks like you'll never drop Gravenberch. So what is the situation there? And then you look at your number 10, like you're playing Wirtz there, but you've got an absolutely atrocious 11 who's your left winger. He's atrocious. Like he's not doing anything. There's no output. There's nothing he's doing on the pitch now that's making me think he should be there. So the easiest thing to do is you just move Wirtz into that position and then put a number 10 in there, or play another forward there. And you're looking at it going, like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to the end of the season? What are you going to do next season? Like, there's going to be loads more players that need to be bought.
Yes, I agree.
And Konate has to stay. Like, he has to stay.
No, one second. Man. Of course, I speak for everyone. We all wanted to win the league last season. Slot is underperforming this year. That doesn't mean I'm going to erase last year. We recognize that. But we're not, just because we're not a sacking club, does not mean that we're going to sit up here and just accept shit. Like, there's 2 different arguments here. Like, us not being a sacking club, we get, but also at the same time, we are not the club that spends 450 million either in the transfer window. So you're saying it in a way as if like this season should have happened after the Chiesa summer, not after 450 million on some of the best players in the world. So no one is trading a league title just to have a better manager right now. How about we get a better manager right now, full stop? That's it. That's it.
Do you know, it is with Slot. I think Slot's too much of a European-based manager because if you look at the way we play, it suits European football. I think if Slot was at a European club, another European club, I think Slot would actually probably be all right. They look quite decent. When Liverpool play in Champions League, because of his European style that he wants to play, it suits that competition.
There's no low blocks in the Champions League.
Yeah, it doesn't suit the Premier League. And this low block stuff, yeah, I keep talking about this. I'll keep saying it as well. I don't think Liverpool
sound like
Slot. Yeah. I don't think Liverpool have a trouble against low block teams. I actually think Liverpool are better when they play low block teams. The problem Liverpool has is when teams press our midfield. That's when Liverpool are in trouble.
Mid blocks. Mid blocks is what we suck against.
Mid-blocks. It's not low blocks. All teams suffer against low blocks. It don't matter how good you are.
Villa played a low block. Villa played a low block away.
Because the whole point of a low block is to frustrate much better football teams, and it works. That's why people do it.
Oh, you got to make the spaces count, innit? When you got set, you got to make it count.
And I think Liverpool actually suffer more, as Mike said, from a mid block and when teams press our midfield. Yeah. Look, I always go back to the Burnley game. Look at that Burnley game. In the first half, we created a lot of chances, dominating them because they were playing a low block. Second half, they come out, played a mid block, and pressed our midfield, and we're shit.
Jamie, don't even go back to Burnley. We could go all the way back to last season. We can go back to Brighton, Southampton, Everton, Tottenham in the Carabao Cup. You look at any team if you look any team last season after the turn of the new year that decided to press us in the first half, we were abysmal in that half. But what's the difference? The difference is there's only like 2 teams on planet Earth that can press you that high for 90 straight minutes. And at some point, lesser teams like Brighton, Southampton, Burnley, Villa, it's just gonna fall off. Like the energy just isn't gonna be there. And if you can survive that onslaught for the 65 minutes, you can win the game. And that's what we did. We would survive and survive and survive. And then boom, we would hit you on the break. I mean, Brighton, Luis Diaz to Curtis Jones back to Luis Diaz into Salah, banger. right? All of a sudden it's 2-1 and everyone's none the wiser, even though Brighton have dominated play for the last 65 minutes. So it's the mid block. Jamie is hitting he's hitting the hammer right on the nail. It's not low blocks. It's teams that press. I mean, City pressed the shit out of us and we couldn't build out of it to save our life. And then when we decided to play a low block and then we won possession, we couldn't string together 2 passes, and we couldn't do it against Real Madrid either. We struggled to build up out of our half against Real Madrid. The difference is that Xabi Alonso was a fool and thought that, you know what? Let me just build down the same channel every single time and maybe it'll work. But it didn't, because Vinny couldn't get the better of Connor Bradley and Dean Huijsen spent 95% of the game on the ball. So mid blocks are what kill us. If you press high, it's what kill us. If you want to sit off and you want to respect us, I've always said, teams that respect us will get punished. It's the teams that don't.
Mike, if you look at Man City, they used to face low blocks every single time. But what did they used to do? They used to work the 20 minutes of the game, get a goal. As soon as you get a goal, the opposition comes out of position, then you get another one, then you get another one. The only thing,
better creators.
Yeah, the only thing they used to frustrate Man City was when the game gets to the second half and they still haven't scored, and then they fall apart and the other team, gets a goal like Wolverhampton used to do to them before. What I want to say about Liverpool at the moment, guys, I don't know if anyone just looked at, we play different from last season. We play different from Klopp. So when you got a team that's been playing, last 8 years under Klopp, some of them, and, we had to get players that fit that system, of course, that, are used to that type of system. And then you're trying to change it into this season to a different kind of, tactics. It's going to take you a while. And it's going to take probably the whole season for us to, get to the vision that probably this manager wants. That's why the players don't look themselves anymore. We've stepped away from the Jurgen style of football since the beginning of the season, and probably Mark said since the turn of the year obviously of last year. So if you look at it that way, it was always going to be taking time for these players to be understand what Arne Slot is putting out there. That's why they're struggling this season. But listen, things like that, you got to work in gradually. You don't do that straight away in one season.
But Fozzy, here's the thing. There's something very important to what you just said, yeah? Mm-hmm. I'll use me and Jamie as an example because neither of us will be offended and it's the truth. And even without asking Jamie this, I know he's done it because everyone from the analogy I'm about to say has done it. Me and Jamie are the 2 biggest ones size-wise on this panel. If we try a diet and it doesn't work for 3 weeks, we don't try the diet again and again and again and again because it's not fucking working. So what's the point? Here's the thing. Okay, I get what you're trying to do, Arnie. I understand. You're trying to do this shit that clearly doesn't suit the players. It doesn't suit the any profile we have. It doesn't suit a single profile of player we have. Yep. Okay, you tried it. 1 time, Habibi, 2 times, 3 times, 9 losses in 12 games. But can we change now? Can we go back to the shit that worked? Can we actually try to apply ourselves in a different way? Me and you, Fozzy, have done streams with all of you guys here. At the beginning of the season, I begged for Frimpong to play with Salah. I begged for it. All I wanted was just someone who can fucking overlap Mo with a bit of pace. That's all I wanted. And you know how long we got to see it? 2 minutes against Karabag. Thanks, Arnie. We saw it against Atletico Madrid and we fucked up Atletico Madrid. We had 8 big chances in that game. Atletico had 1 big chance against us all game long. They had 1 big chance. You want to do the whole Atletico loss to Arsenal? Okay, Atletico beat Barca 4-0 as well. So where do we go from here? Let's not act like, we have lost to way worse teams than Atletico. So there's so much shit like, you can try stuff as the manager. Fucking Jurgen tried stuff. Do you guys remember when Jurgen played a 4-2-3-1? Remember when he tried Shaqiri? Remember, he tried a lot of different stuff, Jurgen. He even played 3 at the back. Huddersfield away, Emre Can and Wijnaldum were 2 of our centre backs. So I'll never forget that game. And we actually won fucking 5-0. He tried stuff. But when you try stuff and it's not working, don't go back to the same stuff.
That's the dumbest thing about this guy. You know what I mean? Because that's what I said. If he did it during the years, then change up. You know what I mean? This is what Graham Souness did. If you, I don't know if your interviews were here, but Graham Souness did the same thing. He changed things too early in one season, and then 30 years later, we're still waiting. This is the kind of thing you slowly progress. You don't do it straight away, and that's the mistake Arne has done. And this is that's what I'm saying. There's no way back on this for him. He has to go now because of he messed up the system.
Arne is doing everything that Graham Souness did because Graham Souness changed everything too quickly, and he also tried to get rid of all the
senior players,
all the big heads. Tried to get all the big heads out of the dressing room. and just have his guys. Didn't work. I was in the crowd when they shouted "Soon out" after the Bristol City game.
That's a Liverpool legend, by the way, guys. That's if you put a Liverpool 11 together, that's your captain. You know what I mean?
I mean, with Souness, it weren't just the football either. It was him talking to a certain newspaper as well.
Yeah.
But, but the football was trash, as we remember. I mean, we bought Torvik.
Come on, man.
Brendan Rodgers did the same thing. Brendan Rodgers did. He was doing similar stuff. He didn't want Stevie at the team anymore because Stevie had too much power over him.
Mm.
So he didn't want that. Rodgers wanted to be the guy, and everyone else is beneath him. I think Arnie's got a bit like that in him as well. I've said this many times. I'll always respect Arne Slot for winning the league last year. I don't care about his football or anything right now. Yeah. But last year, I'll always respect him for that. I'll always remember him for coming in his first year and winning number 20, and he'll always be respected for that, no matter what. But that doesn't mean he has to stay forever.
No.
Do you know what I mean? He can be great one year and bad the next. And if you're willing to let your standards drop, then okay. If you're not, and you think your standards should stay high, then the man has to go, no matter what he did achieve the year before. I've seen Real Madrid sack Capello when he won a double. Do you know what I mean? It's just because they believed the standards weren't good enough at the time, and fans weren't enjoying it. And because fans weren't enjoying it, Real Madrid have got they're a team that have they rely on that. They want to be the best at everything, even so.
You know what you talk about a great manager, Jay, is when he changes things when things are going wrong straight away, just like that. Don't wait like 9 games later to change things. You know what I mean, Jamie? You don't do things like that. That's the mistake that he did. As soon as he saw we got battered by Crystal Palace away in the first half, should have been 5 goals up, by the way. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's when he had a break in international football. He should have just gone back to the drawing board with his coaching staff and figured out what's going on. Why are we conceding goals every single time we're winning, and then we have to score last minute? Like, let's make ourselves solid. You know what I mean? Before the players' minds get corrupted, and then we start going on a losing run, and that's what happened. He still played the same system. The players' minds already corrupted. 9 out of 12 games we lost, and then all of a sudden the players couldn't come back from that. You can't corrupt players' minds that long. Otherwise, they'd be used to it, and that's what's happened to us this season. But sorry, Jay, go ahead, brother.
No, it's just look. Respect is always there because he earned his respect. Everyone was thinking, who's on the slot? We're thinking of the downfall. This season we're having now should have been last season.
Yes,
and we do understand it. And we would all been
FSG out because we're on the same tiers.
Yeah, and we do understand it, right? Everyone would understand it, and you move on. But you had that season last year. Yeah. Is it ever going to get higher and better in that for Arne Slot? At the moment, you'd say no. So if that's the case, you have to let him go. Arne Slot obviously doesn't want to resign. This is probably the biggest job he's ever going to have. Oh, unless he goes to say like Real Madrid or Barcelona or someone like that, this is probably the biggest club job he's ever going to have. So, of course, he wants to see it out and fight for his life. I understand that. I respect the guy. I've got a lot of respect for Arne Slot. But it doesn't mean I have to enjoy his football, like his system, and like his tactics. But respect is always there.
Yeah, 100%.
The one thing I will say...
Let me ask you guys all a question. I'll start off with Mike on this one. Tell me... I would happily give you Arne Slot right now. Happily. You can take Arne Slot all day, Saba. You can have him. Hey, Spurs wanted them anyway. Come take him, brother. I'm all for it. Give me Ryan Mason. Anyway, Mike, I'll start with you on this one. Do you think Liverpool actually will get top 5?
It's a difficult question. We have 12 games remaining, and based on our current win rate, no, we're going to need a drastic improvement. We have to win, I think, at minimum 10 of those 12 games. I don't think that we can lose any of them. I know that everyone's going to say historically 70 points isn't where 5th place is, but you know what? Historically, I don't care, because right now you have Chelsea, you have Villa, and you have United in front of us, who all need to drop more points than games they have left played remaining in this season. United are on their manager bounce. United are playing better football than they were under Amorim, and we all knew that Amorim was the problem at the end of the day, and he's gone. And they have something to play. Like getting top 5 means something to them. Chelsea, inconsistent. Villa, they might be inconsistent, but you know what? They have the luxury of having a bigger lead than those other 2 teams. Focusing on just us, I don't know if we're capable of winning 10 out of 12 games. That would put us at 72 points. I would still be nervous. Like I'm not saying that 72 points won't be enough, but that would still make me nervous. I think if you're anything below 70, I'm very nervous. I think it's going to come down to the end of the season. Is it possible? Yes. Is it probable? Well, we need to take care of ourselves, and then they can worry about themselves. But it is 5th place this season. It's not 4th, and we do have to play United away. We do get Chelsea at home. We do have to play Villa away. So we have to play all of the teams that are above us. So you can win 3 points off of them as well. So, I mean, yes, in theory, can we do it? But I'm not going to sit here and say it with full confidence.
So 4th and 5th last year got 69 and 66. The year before that, 23-24, 4th and 5th got 68 and 66. So you're looking probably between that 69 and 70 point mark, 66 and 70 point mark to get 4th and 5th. The thing is, I think Chelsea will drop points and be sloppy. I think Man United will drop points and be sloppy as well from now till the end of the season, right?
Yeah.
What it matters for Liverpool is can they make up them points. Now, we did it this week. You know, so they both dropped points and Liverpool actually did the job and got their 3 points. Liverpool need to do that every time now. So you're always playing catch up until you're in front. And Liverpool might not, as Mike said, Liverpool might not get in front until the last day of the season. You know, so Liverpool have to play catch up, which takes its toll as well. Yeah. You know, if Chelsea play before us, if Man United play before us and they drop points and Liverpool have a chance, all right, we big it up, right, we win tomorrow, we go third, we go 4th, happy days. Then once you're there, Liverpool then got to maintain that 4th place, which means they've got to keep winning and winning and winning. So, yeah, I just think because everyone is so bad this year, apart from, you know, the obvious 3,
yeah,
I think there's still a possible chance. You know, I don't trust Man United and Chelsea to win. You know, Man United have won 4 in a row and then fucked up in the 5th one. You know what I mean? So, you know, Chelsea dropped points where a lot of people weren't expecting it to drop points. So, no one thought Liverpool were beating Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. You know, the news was Liverpool going to get smashed apart against his Sunderland team. So, yeah, I think we don't. It's going to be difficult, but Liverpool just got to keep winning and just do it one game at a time. Let's not look at their fixtures. Let's not look at what we got in 6 days' time, 6 matches' time, 5 matches' time. Whoever's our next Premier League game, concentrate on that, win it, see what the other's doing, concentrate on the next one, just leave it as that at the moment. One game at a time.
What I will say is we've been beaten by Manchester United, we've been beaten by Chelsea, we've been beaten by Brentford. So the teams that we've actually got to get points off, we've already been beaten by them this season. I think the Manchester United getting that goal to get a draw was actually huge for them because they haven't been able to do that under Amorim. And I think that's absolutely huge. I think that gives you so much more confidence into going into your next game because that means Manchester United feel like they can get points out of any game, even when they're behind till like the 90th minute. That isn't a United thing that's been done in a while. So I actually worry that United might get a bounce off that. Chelsea dropping points to Leeds. We drew to Leeds twice. Like, we dropped 4 points to Leeds. Like we've got nothing we can hold our chest to there. The worry I've got is our last 4 games are so hard. So hard. They're against Brentford. They're against Everton. We've got Aston Villa. Like, we've got teams that we don't do well against in when it comes to the crunch. And we got Everton away. We got Aston Villa away. Like, we drew both those games last season, even though we were flying. Like, this isn't going to be easy at all. The one thing I did want to say, which no one's talked about, is I was talking about the fact that we might need to buy players for slot to actually challenge next season. We don't get in the Champions League, we lose 200 million. Like, no one's talking about this. There's a massive gaping hole in our finances.
You're a believer. He's not leaving, mate.
And Arnie said it. I don't know whether he was having a dig at Jurgen, but Arnie said he didn't buy anyone because we were in the Europa League the season before. Like,
Yeah, but that was bullshit, wasn't it? Because we actually
well,
did
that
try
was
to
bullshit. But
that
that's
we
actually an excuse they could use.
Yeah, but the thing is, we
don't buy anyone next year.
We actually had the money to buy Zubimendi.
I know we did. I know we did.
So it's all. So we would have got Zubimendi.
And we had the money to buy Euro as well. We just didn't want to pay him.
Yeah. So if we did buy the players we should have bought that year, we'd have got Zubimendi, Chiesa, and Marmondashvili.
No, look how good Zubimendi is.
Yeah.
Like,
so it would. I just think that's Arna just taking a bit of a. Yeah.
I want to ask you guys a question. Do you guys
a bit of dig at the guy who's literally called his name out, like supported him.
I think Liverpool get top 5. I've just seen Man United's next few games.
I want to ask you guys a question. Do you think he's staying? Do you think like this guy's going to stay next season?
If he gets Champions League or wins it,
Champions League, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I thought he was going to stay anyway. But like you guys said, I
win
think
the Champions League. I don't mean win the Champions League. I mean actually just get us into the Champions League.
Yeah. I honestly think it's to do with us. Like, if we're going to continue with this, like what we found against Sunderland, if we continue playing like that, be more organized, have that structure in place, I think we will make top 4. I don't want to be worried about other teams. They have a new manager bounce. They taste one defeat. You never know what's going to happen after the one defeat. You know what I mean? It could be a travesty for them. After that, they might just drop off because they're in a winning run with this new managers that they have. But yeah, I think with us, we just got to continue what we're doing and be more cautious, be more, but defensively solid, as we spoke about earlier, and then just see where we go from there. Because in a different season, guys, we wouldn't be here. Let's just be honest. We wouldn't be where we are right now in a different season. Thank God the league is, as it is, because everybody else is not consistent. So,
14.
Yeah. So I just want us to continue what we're doing. I don't want to I don't want to go back to what we were seeing in previous weeks. If we just be the way we are, I think we could make top 4. I think we will make top 4. The way what I see of the league, the way the inconsistency of I see of the league.
Yeah, I'm with you. Although our next league game might not be good because they have a manager bounce for us, don't they?
Yeah, Sunderland's more difficult than Nottingham Forest. No matter the manager, you know what I mean. So we did the impossible.
Slot beaten Nottingham Forest yet?
No.
I mean, the manager they just got, he'd be sacked again in 4 weeks anyway. It's just ridiculous.
By the way, Slot hasn't scored a goal against Nottingham Forest.
So we got 5 against West Ham.
Jota, the head.
No, it was Jota.
Rest in peace.
Was it?
The header.
Yeah. Jota equalized.
He scored against everyone, didn't he?
I've said it time and time again. I'll keep saying it. I believe Richard Hughes, Michael Edmonds, and everyone at Liverpool Football Club believe Liverpool have just been unlucky this year.
Yeah,
I honestly do believe that. I think they're building for the future. I think they thought it might not be as successful as the first season. I really do think they believe that. I'm not saying they should believe it, but I think that's what they think. And look, they're going to put the Jota situation in there, aren't they? They're going to put a lot of other situations in there. And they're going to be like, yeah, look, it's been an unlucky season. The thing is that I won't moan about is injuries. Our injuries are not as bad as people think they are. We just not have got a very big squad. That's the issue, because we sold too many players in the summer. If you kept people like Tyler Morton and Harvey Elliott, right, just them two alone, then your midfield looks much better and your bench looks much better because you can bring them two in. The injuries aren't actually that bad. Is it Bradley, Frimpong, and Isaac? Is that it?
By the way, Curtis Jones has only played 45 minutes in the last 6 games. So we've got players. We're just not playing them.
He doesn't want to pick Curtis Jones.
Well,
ever since that row they had recently. Ever since then, he hasn't played. So
2 games in a row, I begged for him to bring on Curtis Jones. Literally 2 games in a row.
You got personal issues.
Yeah.
And he's so intelligent. He brought on Jones after City equalized, which is the wrong time to bring him on to begin with.
Curtis Jones ain't started a game since that bust up.
Yep.
Nope.
going to change.
He played 9 out of 10 before that.
And he was brilliant.
He started 9 out of 10 games before that, bust up on the touchline.
When Curtis Jones plays, we have that dangerous triangle with him, Ekitike, and Wirtz.
And
He
Kirk
just sabotaged it by taking him out.
I would say, though, going back to that Sunderland game, I thought Robbo was excellent.
Yeah, he was.
Robbo was very good.
Score position and experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
Position, experience.
He even moves the ball really well, Robbo. No, he's passing the ball well as well. I thought he had a good game, man. Kanate and Virgil were fantastic as well. Endo was great. Yeah, and the forward line is suffering. No, I feel a bit for Ekitike. You can see he's absolutely shattered. My main concern and my main worry is Ekitike burning out before the end of the season because he is our only striker and he has to play.
He can't play tomorrow under any circumstance.
I think he does. I think he plays the same team that played against Sunderland because we've got 8 days before the next match, ain't we? So I think he's going to go all out against Brighton. He's got to because the Premier League ain't there to be won. Champions League is ifs or buts or maybes. The FA Cup is a potential. If you get past Brighton, it's a potential trophy that Liverpool can go and win. So I think he goes all out in this FA Cup game tomorrow.
Strange that we talk about players being shattered under Slot, but with Jurgen, who used to play consistently the same team every time, Firmino every time.
Yeah, but we're not fit.
Yeah, it doesn't get them fit in the pre-season, man.
I've said it all season. I said pre-season was shit. We didn't play well in pre-season. We didn't look fit in pre-season. We looked cooked. And this season, we don't run and we're tired. Make it make sense, man.
We're about 10 kilometers behind most teams in games.
Yeah,
we don't run.
That's wild. That's wild.
Walk,
and we look tired, which is even more weirder.
They're not fit enough. They're not fit this season. They were fit last season because they're coming off of what Jurgen did the year before, ending that season.
exactly.
So their fitness has carried on, right?
One thing with Jurgen, Jamie, like he always used to put them fit in the beginning of the season, put them through marathons and all that.
He has to run, He ain't having players that don't run for 9 minutes.
Stop doing the lactate test.
All we do now is we're just coffee boy bitches, ain't we? That's all we are now. I hate it, man. That's our training. Everyone meet at the coffee shop. That's what we do. That's our training, man. No wonder they're knackered. Because if you have caffeine, you get that high, but then you have that down. Yep, you come down, So instead of giving the Lucasade bottles out or the water bottles out, just give caffeine. Just give espressos out to the players at half time, man. Get them up again. I'm telling you, these coffee. Rip that coffee shop out. Rip it out, man. Rip it out.
Anyway, let me just grab these supers. We're gonna move on, talk about our summer transfer window and stuff like that. Big up to Sharif who says, problem is Mr. Potato Head and Dutch Fries sons' egos. Who's Dutch Fries' sons?
Well, if you take both of them out of the team, then we probably will be better.
I'll tell you what.
Cody and Grav, we'd be better if we took those two out.
I ain't going to lie. Our attack looked better when it was Salah, Wirtz and Ekitike.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Cody stops attacks.
I agree with that. Big up to next game says, I said that 2 months ago, our squad wasn't what we thought. Third best squad, in my opinion. I wasn't slot out then, but now I am because we should be finishing third, but won't. You want to know, this is such a great super chat here by Nags Games, and I think this is very important.
Yeah, big up Nags.
We get it. You can't win the league. We understand. There is one thing not being able to win the league, and it's another finishing below Aston fucking Villa. It's another thing finishing below Man United. It's another thing finishing below Chelsea. We get it. You can't win the league year in, year out. I understand. But please don't tell me that there's like this whole thing where like it's okay to finish below Chelsea or below Man United. It's just not okay.
Okay, man. It's
not okay at all. Big up to Gregory. Big up to you, Gregory. He says, since this bald fraud started this football, we are in a downfall. He disrespects the club and some players. He has no connection with the fans. Get him. You know, it's funny. Matty, the same guy that attacks Salah every single watch along, he was like, oh, when he came out publicly, he disrespected Liverpool Football Club and what the founding fathers built. Arne Slot has been mocking Liverpool Football Club in every press conference for the last 2 months. What the fuck are you on about?
Like,
and no one says anything. it's okay for Arne Slot to say it some way, somehow. We're being gaslit like crazy on this whole disrespecting the club.
Mo didn't say anything about the football.
Yeah,
club.
he never disrespected the club at all.
He
He's
didn't have a relationship with Arnie.
Yeah.
Guys, don't you think if he's being disrespectful like he is right now as a head coach, that means he ain't going anywhere? I mean, like if you're desperate for your job, you don't act like Arne Slot, do you? You do different things. You be more polite. But
That's all. That's also what Brendan Rodgers did, didn't he?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
He was
when I look at him,
he
he looks
was
like
an asshole for quite a while.
it looks to me
And he
like
overstayed his welcome.
yeah, but K-Mac, he looks to me like he's a man who's confident he's going to stay here for a long term. You know what I mean? And he's got enough credit in the bank because he's won the Premier League last season. So they're willing to sacrifice a league, season for him to, go another season and try get the right players in to, try go again. That's what I think in a way, man. That's what I'm just.
I feel like it's probably 2 against Edwards right now. I think it's probably Hughes and Slot against Edwards. Like Edwards should probably sat there going, should really get rid of this guy. And then Hughes is like, well, he won us the league and he's the guy I got in. Like, you're backing me. I think Hughes is probably the reason why Slot hasn't been sacked. I'll be straight up like.
You don't bring that random people like that.
This guy.
I mean,
Husam up at 3 a.m. doing big up to you, Aidu. Thank you for the super chat. At 3 a.m. it's currently 3:26 as well. Doing content. Lol, don't mention Virgil and Salah. Love your content. Don't ever change. Here's the thing with this whole conversation that I've started on YouTube over this last 24 hours. People just don't want to hear the reality because every single Salah narrative I've debunked already. I've debunked it. Today, again, on the Copper stream with the whole standards thing, even Callum and Drifty in the end, they just agreed. Tom won't ever agree because, he likes to be wrong and strong. But even Callum and Drifty is like, yeah, I hear where you're coming from. Standards is just a buzzword to diss someone. That's it. It's nothing more than a buzzword to diss someone. I don't give a fuck if it's Salah running through on goal or Gakpo running through on goal. Just because I rate Salah higher doesn't mean it's okay for Gakpo to miss a one-on-one. This whole standards buzzword has been been thrown in our face every single time. And it's the same thing with this whole, why, if you want to talk about standards and where players are regarded, then I didn't see people making existential conversations about Van Dijk after Bournemouth. We lost to Bournemouth 3-2. I didn't see YouTube titles, get Van Dijk out my club, Van Dijk is shit, his standard by his standard by his standard. My logic is very simple. You make a mistake, we call you out. You play badly, we call you out. Very simple. All the standard stock is just a buzzword. If Dejan Lovren made this 3 mistakes that cost us against Bournemouth, I would have called him out just as much. I don't rate Dejan Lovren. I don't need to rate a player to call him out. Virgil van Dijk has been, in my opinion, worse than Mo this season. And I can literally unpack it. Me, Fozzie, and Tom unpacked it on a stream. Even if you think that Virgil's been better than Mo, if you look at it game by game, it's a lot closer than you think. You think Van Dijk has played better than Mo. That's fine.
I remember he was talking about one game when he didn't come out. I think it was against Chelsea, wasn't it? And he stood back. And I said to you, I texted you straight after, it was a Sunderland game when they scored. He was marking nobody, still did the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Even if you think Van Dijk has been better than Mo this season, that's fine. If you actually look at it game by game and legit go through the games where they both played, you would see it's a lot closer than you think. There's been so many games where Van Dijk has been responsible for goals and errors. By the way, PSV Eindhoven at home, second minute, literally just volleyballs the ball in the penalty box. What the fuck are we doing here? I honestly dread.
Is that the one when it comes off Kirkaz's face?
Yeah. I honestly dread what this fan base would have said if Mo had the same game that Palmer had against Leeds, where he was good in moments, but he missed a chance in the end. Can you imagine Mo did that? Can you imagine Mo missed a tap-in like this? We'd have to have existential conversations. Oh my God, he's so shit. He's on 450 grand a week. I have standards. I expect more, blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. I had to watch Darwin Núñez at this football club for 3
Can you imagine if Mo missed the Cole Palmer chance?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Imagine he missed that chance at the end.
I just want to say something on Mo, okay? Because look, he's not having the greatest of seasons compared to his previous seasons. But let me just break this down to you: 319 games in 9 seasons. He's got 81% involved in goals, assists, or big chances created. Like, he can have an off season. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, he can have an off season. I don't give a fuck. By the way, 2026, he's 75% involved in our goals, assists, and chances created. This 2026. 2025, like previous, the rest of the season, 68%. Cody's 59.
Yeah.
FTK's 57. Like, he's still better than the rest of our guys in what he's involved in. Like, the numbers are still there. It's just he's not putting the ball in the back of the net enough.
Agent came back. I mean, last season he was saying,
What Mike said earlier on, I don't disagree with at all. When he started the stream, he said Mo in front of goal. This is statistically his worst ever season we've seen him in front of goal. 100%. My only thing is from the slot perspective is just get him closer to the fucking goal. That's it. That's the only thing that I would like to see more of. Other than that, statistically, no one can deny that this is his worst GA season. But as an example, if we look at it from GA, Mbeumo, who should be in team of the season, only has one more GA than Mo. Cunha has less GA than Mo. Saka has less GA than Mo. Like you see, you get what I'm saying. Like, people need to understand something. Whoever we sign for that right wing position, if you put more expectations on him, you're all fucked. You are all every single one of you is fucked completely if you think that you can put
do you know what this reminds me of this season with Mo? It reminds me of the season Darwin Núñez arrived. Remember, touchline winger kind of thing. They changed the way he was playing. It's just similar to that. He's not playing what he was doing last season. So if you're changing the tactics to suit the strikers this season, what do you expect Mo to do? He ain't gonna get you the same goals that you want him to get you, because it's gonna drop. So that's
and speaking of, I do want to ask you a question, Fuzzy. Big up to all of you guys as well, locked in. Big up to everyone who sent us super chat. Thank you guys so much. Please do hit the like button and subscribe.
Tactics,
Today he was linked to a move to Saudi, so we have to speak about this Mo conversation anyway. What do you think of this this whole Mo debate, and your thoughts on Mo overall and the Sunderland game, if you want, like whatever you want. Go ahead, Fuzzy.
With me, listen, as I said with Mo, I'm not going to blame one player for the performance of the whole season. I already obviously broke it down to you guys, and I said it's a tactical issue, and he's playing a different position that he played last season. Last season, it was all about Mo. Stayed up at the top. We give him the ball. He creates chances. He scores goals. This season, we're not doing that. We stepped away from that. Now we're doing a team kind of way to supply the strikers. So his form will drop. He's going to get less goals, and he's going to try to get more assists. So when he's trying to get more assists, that means that the opposition are going to double up on him on the wings. So that's what's happened to him this season. So when there's doubling up going on the wing, that means he can't get the crosses in or the assists that he can. So this is why Mo is where he is. I'm not blaming Mo for this season. I thought, listen, if the whole team is not performing, you can't just blame one player for the actual, issue that we're facing if he's playing a different position. So, in regards to Mo, I hope he stays another season just to nurture the players around him, because that's what they need. I mean, the more you got the experienced players around the football team, the more these new young generation that's going to replace them going to learn from them. So I hope he fulfills his contract and then, eventually leaves them that way. I don't want him going Saudi. I want him to stay. His attitude since he's come back has been superb, in my opinion. It's just the goals are missing and the assists are missing on a consistent basis. He has assisted the other day, of course, from a corner, but that's all that's missing. But you can't blame one player for the whole team not performing. It's just a tactical issue, and things have changed since last season. That's how I see it.
Look, if Arnie's staying,
he's not going anywhere. He's staying, bro.
If Arnie stays, then Mo has to go, unfortunately, because he's just not. He's not getting the best out of Mo now. And the season before, 91% of all of our goals, assists, big chances created were by Mo. Like, if he wants to replace that, well, he's not going to get it off Cody, because Cody did 63% last season, 54% the season before. The highest he's ever had is 77% when he was in the Eredivisie. And then if you're looking at Ekitike's best career was last season, 67. Like, you're not going to get that out of any other player.
Yeah.
So if he does sell Mo, then he's going to have to get more out of Isaac. And Isaac's numbers were 79% the season before we bought him, and 73%. So that's the closest he's going to get.
But the thing is, Mac, Isak
can't get anything out of his number nines.
Yeah, Isak. Sorry, okay. Isak replaces Salah on goals, but who's going to supply Isak to get the goals?
Exactly. Well, it's got to be Wirtz, isn't it?
Make his own goals. He doesn't do his own thing.
I'm open to selling Mo in the summer. I'm not against it, but don't come here as an example and tell me, oh, our Mo replacement is Matthias Mane. Fuck off.
Get out of
Fuck
here.
off. I'd rather have 76-year-old
74%.
Mo than bring me some random youth
What-
player.
Here's the thing, though. I don't know how Liverpool want to play next year going forward because, you know, for the last 8 years, Liverpool have had wide players that are more inside forwards than wingers. Yeah, they're people that create and score a lot of goals and create a lot of goals. Liverpool have now got two strikers in Isak and Ekitike are on the, are higher level strikers that probably need to be playing in the same team. Do you just go and get wingers that have got pace that can take on their fullback and push their fullback on and just put crosses in the box and pull backs into the box for the likes of them two strikers? Also, wingers with pace that can run forward and push fullbacks back, which then means Wirtz has more areas of the pitch to work his magic in the higher up the pitch argument. So I don't know. I don't know. Liverpool haven't really, apart from this season, even Darwin last year never really played as an out striker. You know, Jota, God bless him, wasn't an out 9 legitimately. He could play off the left. He could play in that 10-9 deeper role. He wasn't like the out striker. Liverpool have two now, and Liverpool have to use them. So if you have to use them, some money you've put into them and their quality, let's be truthful here. These are two quality forwards. You're going to have to get wide players that suit them, that suit the two wide.
I think we move away from wide players. I think if Slot stays, we have to move away from wide players, and it has to be the two forwards and Wirtz behind them, because they can all produce 75% in goals, assists, and chance created. All three of those. They've all done it in their leagues. In the Bundesliga, Ekitike did it, and also Wirtz has done it twice. And obviously, Isak has been a brilliant goal scorer.
That means you would probably need to buy 2 strikers as well. You would probably then need to buy 2 strikers. Then.
Yeah, we would. We'd need to buy another striker.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying you would probably need 2. Like you'd need an extra an extra backup as well.
Well,
Because we're playing
look, at the end of the day, like who's playing the 34-year-old winger?
Starting and 2 on the bench. You would need more players.
You buy one and use Jadon Danns as the fourth, don't you?
Jay, would you, if you buy wingers, Jay, would you get rid of Salah straight away, or do you slowly transition? Like while these players are obviously coming into the team next season, wouldn't you like Salah to slowly transition? Obviously, like replace.
Salah's not best. I love Mo Salah to bits, man. Mo Salah's he's my guy, but he won't sit on the bench. He ain't going to sit on the bench.
No. I'm saying like he's still going to be there, but slowly like what I said in the beginning of the season, swap around slowly eventually. Then
he's not going to do an Ian Rush, mate.
Do one more
Rush.
The problem is
that we have this season is because we got rid of too many players too quickly. You know what I mean?
I don't think he can't be like that because of the wages he's on. Because it's always going to be judged on wages. You can't have a guy with 400 grand a week who sat on the bench.
Nobody said
to be that.
on the bench. Okay, man. Did I say that? I didn't say that. I said
no. I know, but that's how it's going to be seen.
That's how we were successful before. Because we did a smooth transition with the other players. That's what we did. While the other players are still there, that's what you got to do. You can't just. The reason we're in this mess right now is because we got rid of a lot of players too quickly. If we did it slowly, maybe we'll be in a better position. You know what I mean? So
my issue is,
I don't think so. Nunes needed to go.
My issue with it is that I don't think Liverpool will not buy another right winger while Mo Salah is still at the football club, because they never have done.
No, you're right.
They never have done. They've never gone out and bought a Salah replacement, an understudy, while Salah's at the football club, because he plays every week. Even now, after the argument that Slot and him had, and apparently apologised, which I don't believe, I still think there's friction there. Salah still plays 90 minutes every week since he's come back from AFCON. Yeah. So he's come back from AFCON. The man plays 90 minutes every week. You got Chiesa there who could play, right? He's not interested. I just don't see Liverpool buying another right winger while Mo's at the football club. And that's not Mo's fault, by the way. But I just don't think Mo's a bench player. I just think he's one of them players who just won't want to sit on the bench. And there's loads of footballers like that, by the way. It's not just Mo. It's not a problem for me.
I'm not saying they're like a bench player. Like it's to do with the mentality of a football club. You know what I mean? When things are leaving, you slowly just swap around. That's what I'm trying to say, guys. I'm not saying like
but
on the bench. But go, Mike.
I think that that's more idealistic. You're never gonna replace Mo, so there's no point in there's no point in needing Mo to cultivate an understudy. But we also don't have a problem on just the right wing. We have a problem on the left wing. I don't think that Arne Slot is going to just abandon width because, I mean, with how shit Cody Gakpo is, guess what? Over the last 2 games, Cody Gakpo is where 90% of our attacks go through. It's get the ball to the left wing, try to isolate Gakpo, and let's have Gakpo try to beat 2 guys on his own. Hey, big up Arne Slot. Nice strategy. So to me, I think no one's going to like to hear it, but you know, the better long-term solution is if Al Hilal come and they say, hey, I'll give you 80 million, that's a hell of a lot better than 0. And
he's going if that happens.
Yeah. You need to move forward. And the thing is, whatever the wingers are, let's just say we're delusional absolute morons and we keep Arne Slot at this club and we just go into full self-nuclear mode and the club is going to burn to the ground. Well, at that point, I would at least like you to go out there and get me 2 touchline wingers who can win fullback duels more than 50% of the time. Go out and just get me 2 wingers who can get to the byline. Go get me another Frimpong. And you know what, Frimpong, you're not a right back anymore. You're at the right wing because when you played at the right wing this season, you created like 4 goals in 3 games. And how did you do it? By beating the fullback and getting to the byline and putting a ball into the middle. So now I just need to get another one on the left. And if I have Kirkes there and I'm playing ever expansive, I've got 2 different players whose sole directive is to go to the byline, not cut inside. Because remember, Salah,
left and right footed on the right. Is that what you want?
No, opposite. You would want left footed on the left and right footed on the right. And you're basically switching. You're switching to creative wingers rather than goal scoring wingers. Because right now I have 2 goal scoring wingers. Salah cuts inside and Gakpo cuts inside. But when Frimpong's there, he's not a goal scorer. I'm getting to the byline and I'm putting it in the middle to where my goal scorers live, to where Ekitike and Isak are supposed to be. So, you know, whether that's that evolution or he just says, you know what, I'm going to play some sort of 4-1-3-2 or 3-2 or 4-4-2, and I just going to not go with the, you know, standard winger and maybe more have a midfield profile. I have no idea. But I don't think that Salah should be here next season because the club can get money for him and it's time to move on. And whoever else comes in, I don't like, listen, what is 1 more year of having my right winger be my striker going to do for me when I have Isak and I have Ekitike? Like long term, that isn't productive. Well, we're never going to have another Mane Salah. No other team on the planet right now has the Mane Salah, but maybe Barcelona with Rafinha and Lamine Yamal. I wouldn't say Real Madrid right now because Vinny sucks, and so does Rodrigo. So no one else has that sort of dynamic, and it's at the end of the season for him. Like, and by season I mean like we're coming to, you know, the dawn of his career. It's time for him to go, you know, whatever. He's 34 years old. But going forward, like you just need to, like, he's not the right profile. Even in this system, we don't have the right profile of winger on either end of the pitch. And Salah can't be that guy anymore because I'm sorry. Like, we could talk about how poor he's been in front of goal, but he cannot win 1v1s anymore. He doesn't have the pace, and his cut in is just not on the level that it was. Every time he cuts inside, he just gets cuts off immediately. He doesn't have that speed. He doesn't have that agility. And that's just age. That has nothing to do with him. That's just biology. You grow old. It is what Cristiano had the same thing happen to him. Messi had the same thing happen to him. You lose that millisecond, which is the millisecond that defines it being a shot on goal to a loss of possession. Salah has lost that millisecond. And I think there's a lot of good creative wingers out there. They might not get you 10 goals a season, but they could definitely get you 10 assists if you put Isak and you put Ekitike and you put Wirtz in the middle of the pitch. And you create the goals from other places.
Is this assuming Slot stays or Slot leaves?
No, even if Slot leaves, I think it's time. We need to move on because Mo, he's not good enough anymore. He cannot.
What if like an Enrique comes in and says he wants to keep him? Then what?
Well, listen, if that happens, that happens. If a new manager comes in and he wants to keep Mohamed Salah, that's a different story. But I don't foresee that happening. I foresee if a new
Okay, let me
manager
ask
comes
you your
in,
opinion. Forget Liverpool.
We're gonna go.
Who would be the first player that Mike Das would upgrade on?
out of the whole team,
Yes.
McAllister.
Okay. Second place.
I would upgrade on McAllister. I would upgrade on Gravenberch because again, I believe everything is in the midfield. And then I would upgrade on Salah, and then then I would upgrade on Gakpo, then I would upgrade on Salah. So, obviously Virgil's going to be here for another season. I'm okay with that. We've already signed Jacquet, and I'm sure if Joe Gomez leaves, we'll go out there and we'll sign another dude, and we have Leone coming back off of injury. Maybe we'll get a left back, but if Robertson leaves, you need to get a left back. So that's not really the same conversation.
Why don't you say the same things about Virgil, though?
Virgil has another season, and the difference between Virgil and Mohamed Salah is Virgil can actually impose something on another center back. I don't think that Salah can impose something on another winger, because I believe that Salah is a unique winger in himself. He is a unique player at that position. You ain't going to get another one, but I can get another Virgil. I can get another commanding center back with a large frame who just knows how to play the game. A lot of Virgil's best defensive work isn't even putting in a tackle. It's making the offensive player make the wrong choice.
Yeah, but the thing is, a lot
you
of
into the wrong area.
stuff that you're saying, he also lacks right now. And the reason why you can't say that with Virgil is because Virgil plays with a center back partner. Mo doesn't play with a winger partner.
I'm not saying Virgil's been great. Virgil's been not good. But if I'm going to keep Virgil or Salah, I'm going to keep Virgil, because Virgil can impose more on a new center back than Salah can impose more on a new winger, in my opinion. That's what I'm saying.
The thing with
I have
Virgil,
no problem with you saying that. I'm just saying Mo doesn't play with another winger next to him, like for him to impose something. With
I know.
Van Dijk, he plays next to a center back, so he could impose stuff on him. So that's the thing. And the other thing is, when it comes to like the whole thing, everything that you described from a physicality element, I see like going against Virgil too, like him sticking out a lazy leg, him maybe not being as physically imposing as he once was. So if our logic is to upgrade and improve, then surely we should do the same thing as well for him and for Robertson as well.
I think that's everyone's issue, right? Virgil could easily have what we're saying is Salah season this season next year, yeah.
Yes, that's my point, Jamie.
Just because of age, right? Just because of age.
Of course.
Well, what is he now? 34? He'd be 35 going 36.
35 this year, yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is. This game of football is all about, Virgil will always be a good defender. Virgil could be 75 years old and still be a good defender because that's what he's good at. That's his thing, that's his gift. Yeah. But what he won't have at 75 is pace and agility. Do you know what I mean? And that happens when you get older, right? Your pace and agility starts to waver, and you got to think but you're still good at your role. Yeah. So he's still a good defender. I look at Virgil this year, even though he's not the Virgil we know Virgil can be, he's still better than most centre backs. Right? But
he's been brilliant. He's been brilliant a lot of the season.
The problem is next year he could feel good, but then he could lose that agility. He could lose that strength a little bit. He could use his aerial dominance a little bit. We don't know. It could happen.
One injury.
And Liverpool have just got to make sure they're aware of that. Do you know what I mean? It's the same with Mo. I didn't expect Mo to have this season after last season.
Yeah, no one did.
A lot of people were saying that Mo would have a better season because of the players we had around him.
Mo's lost a little bit, yeah. Mo's lost a little bit. Mo knows that.
My thing is, what if we do? The reason why I asked about Virgil and Jamie, this is what I want to ask you. What if we do everything correct? We sack Slot, like basically the ones that want Mo gone, right? Let's play into their world. Let's say we sack Slot, we sell Mo, we buy all the players that everyone wants, and Virgil costs us next season. Then what?
And then everyone's going to have that discussion, aren't they?
But then, we waste another year again?
My issue, I've been saying this for a while now. My issue is I don't want players like Alisson, Virgil, and Salah to be not ruin their legacy, because for me their legacy is in stone, yeah. But people will then start looking at them differently and going, "Oh, maybe we shouldn't have kept them last year." And that's starting to do this now. I don't want that to happen for them. And the thing is, they're our three oldest players, yeah. And no, they're always going to be good. And he's always going to be good at one-on-one saves, yeah. Even if he's 40 years of age, yeah, he's always going to be at good at one-on-one saves. But no one wants a 40-year-old Alisson because he's still good at 1-1 saves. Because other things in his game is not there. I've already seen it this season. You know, his distribution is all over the place this season. I know it's never been his greatest art, but he was good at it. His distribution's everywhere this season. And his agility a little bit is, you know, on certain saves I've seen this season when goals have gone in, I'm like, 2 years ago, Ali saves that. And it's just because Ali's getting older. It's life, unfortunately, but it's life. Salah's agility is a little bit less than it was last year and a little bit less than it was the year before, just for the fact he's getting older.
With Alisson, I think
Can I answer that question? Can I answer that question, please? So, to get the best out of Virgil, to prolong his career, put him in a back three. Put him in a back three. Like,
man in this league.
Put him in a back three. Have Leone or Jack A in the middle, and then Canate.
About the back three.
Honestly, put more defenders around him. Give him a midfield that's actually going to do some defending.
And none of the managers were linked with play a back three either.
Like, Virgil's had to do so much defensive work this season. Like, it's unreal.
Question.
Like, he's been under siege consistently all season. He's been having to do the stuff that Canate is really good at, putting out fires.
I want to ask you guys a question about this back three, and if anyone can clear it out for me, and then we could obviously then you could convince me to change my mind. Okay, we play back three, play double pivot, and we play whatever is that front three. I think front something like that. So, how is that going to be something we're going to change every season? You know what I mean? Because there's no change after that. That's why managers don't last when they play back three. Look at Glasner, it's gone. Conte, gone. All those people, when you put that identity into a football club, it's hard to come back from that. That's why I say stick with the back four so you can maneuver players around that. That's what I prefer. And I don't think any manager that's coming to Liverpool right now, they're going to choose a back three, because I think Amarim was interviewed and he said, I want to play back three. And they said, nope, we're going to go for someone else. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. You need to be careful with this back three business, because you can't maneuver things after you put the three at the back.
I agree with that, Fuzzy, because everything more the Milan fans, the Inter Milan fans said this to me. They don't have any wingers in their squad, but they have like 5 strikers because of the way that they play. So that's the thing. Like, when we're talking about like the way that the whole back five thing, my thing is Slot doesn't play a back five, so if he stays, we won't play a back five. And none of the managers that we've been linked with, other than Xabi Alonso, to be fair, plays a back five. The rest, Nagelsmann, Enrique, blah, 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 they all play with back fours. So I don't see that scenario happening. My thing is, Jamie said it himself. I didn't even ask him a question or anything. He was saying it as he was thinking. I think he almost convinced himself. What if this like same shit Mo season that he's having this year, what if it happens to Virgil next season? So what, we just wasted back-to-back years then? Like with Isak, with Ekitike, with Wirtz, blah, blah, blah. Like, because of Virgil, as a matter of fact, I could make the argument, and it is a very fair argument, that if Virgil has a bad season next year, it's even worse than Mo having a bad season. Because if a centre-back is making consistent errors, we would like literally lose games of football with conceding goals and shit like that. So that's my thing. Like, if you're gonna go in, if you're gonna go in and like start Liverpool 3.0, if you would like, if you want to start like Liverpool post the Klopp boys, you have to do it all the way throughout, in my opinion, because you can't take the risk. Because Isak, Ekitike, Wirtz, these guys, if you want to hand them the keys, you've got to hand them the keys fully.
So if you're moving away from Slot, yeah, we're going to have a more defensive-based midfield, because we can't have a more attacking-based midfield. It's ridiculous. None of our midfielders actually want to do any defending. It's only recently that McAllister started to get his foot in.
Yeah.
Like, so Virgil won't be in that situation where he's got no backup. And he's also playing with a left back that he's never played with before. So he's also having trouble with Kerkez. And he's also having trouble with Kerkez because Arnie kept on asking him to invert into midfield. So he wasn't even next to him. He was in front of him. So I just think like Konate's had loads of issues because he's been all over the place for whatever reasons. Like, fair enough. Like, he's gone through a lot. But we are just consistently having to play one-on-one defending with our 2 centre-backs There are no other teams in the league that do it like this, by the way. Like, you could literally take Saliba and Gabriel and stick them in a Liverpool team, and they would be absolutely on toast, because nobody does one-on-one defending like those two. They are the best. They're the best. They've done it for so long, and this season's just been relentless for them. So I just think, if we've got a new manager, potentially Alonso, he plays a back three, so he has Virgil, Canate, and one other, Jake. Jake's perfect for him. He might have been signed for him, we don't know. And then he's got that midfield where he's got Frimpong on the right, where he played anyway. Then you got Wirtz as the middle midfielder that can drop into the 10 or false 9 or whatever. And then he just needs a couple of strong midfielders. Curtis Jones will stay if Xabi Alonso comes, and McAllister will definitely stay because he wanted McAllister at Real Madrid.
Though, are you ready for the change?
Yeah,
because that's
I think it's needed.
If you're playing a back three, you would probably need to sign 4 more centre backs.
We haven't got a Klopp team anymore, though. So it's like, what's the new guy going to come? He's not going to come in and play Klopp football.
I'm talking about just the formation, regardless who the manager is. If you go with a back three, you're gonna have to sign probably like 3 more centre backs. No bullshit, at least. Because if Gomez leaves, Konate leaves, even if Virgil stays, we've got Virgil, Jake, and Leone. That's it.
And we get one more.
Probably need at least 2 more, at least.
That's what we did back in the 90s.
And if you want to play Isak and XTK together, by the way, that means you're gonna have to sign 2 more strikers to be backup for them too.
It's looking like, through the comments through the manager today and comments that Paul Joyce has made as well the last 24 hours, does look like Konate might be close to signing a new deal.
Yeah, it does, Jamie. Yeah.
So, if you are keeping Konate and you got Virgil for 1 more year, you got Jake and you got Leone, I think that's Liverpool's 4 centre backs next season.
Well, you can't have 4 centre backs for a back three. It's impossible.
I don't think we'll play back 3. I think we'll play back 4. Yeah. But I think that's Liverpool's 4 centre backs next season. You got the 2 experienced ones, the 2 youngsters.
What do you feel about back 3, Jay? Because I'm sure you've seen us in the 90s with the back 3. What do you think?
I don't think you need to play a back 3. I think it's all about structure.
There you go.
I keep seeing this all the time. I think the way we play is all about structure. You know, everyone keeps talking about DMs. I don't actually think you need a DM. I think you just need a structure in midfield where you and the way your team play. We're too expensive. We're too expensive from goalkeeper to striker. So we leave too many gaps in behind constantly. You know, you got to make them gaps smaller, which means you got to have a better structure. You got to know what player goes and what player stays. If you look at the last couple of games, McAllister was one who sits in the 6 and Gravenberch plays a little bit in front. So you got a connection. So the ball goes from the centre backs into McAllister now, and then McAllister's got to pass into Grav because he's in front of him. You know, so you got a connection between players there. It is all about structure, and we don't have structure all season because we're too expensive. You know, you buy a very...
That's my point when I was making to K-Mac. The shifting to the back 3 is not just about Mo and Gakpo. The shifting to a back 3, you would literally need to change the way the whole squad looks. And then you've got to also ask yourself, like, where does Rio Gomoa go then? Like, as an example.
Doesn't need wingers.
Rio goes on loan. I doubt he'd be at Liverpool next year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, back 3, I think you would have to change the whole, like, team. You would have to change probably... I would say no bullshit. If we're looking at upgrading on DM position as well, you're looking at probably another 6 fucking signings or something.
The left-hand side midfielder.
Chelsea settings.
Chelsea
settings, literally. Like,
that's Kirk.
Every day, here we go.
I mean, but hold on.
You've got McAllister, you've got Curtis Jones, you've got Wirtz. You only need, and you've got Szoboszlai. You only need 1 midfielder.
We're going.
Okay, you agree?
You don't need 2 front men. It's like an TK. You just need another striker.
We're on Pluto right now, guys. Everyone's like, you know, the rocket ship has taken its way all the way to Pluto. We're on the outer rims of the solar system. We don't gotta go there. We don't gotta go to Pluto. Listen. It's very simple. The way that we implement the players that we have is wrong. That does not mean that we have the wrong players, right? First half of last season, before Arne Slotball, I saw football that was 8,000 times better than I saw this season. And it was the same players, right? So these players didn't just wake up this season and become shit. Like people like to point out Ryan Gravenberch can't pass. I'm like, brother, do you look at the options that he has 9 out of 10 times where he picks up the ball, the passes and that he has to make? People said all season, Konate, he's not a progressive passer because they don't have eyes. People were complaining about Kirkes before he actually started playing left back because they don't have a brain. Like, do I think that we can upgrade in the midfield? Absolutely. Can we upgrade the front line? By far the most is where we can, that's where we can upgrade. Left wing, right wing. But to me, I think that another manager could get a hell of a lot more out of these players. Like, it isn't World War III settings. Like, if I'm going to get rid of any midfielder right now, Alexis McAllister, he's the first midfielder to go. That's it. If I'm going to get rid of any frontline player right now, Andrew, Cody Gakpo, I'm just saying my opinion. Cody Gakpo, you're the one to go. If I'm going to get rid of any defender, I'm going to say, you know what, Robertson, thank you, but I need a fresher left back. That's only 3 players. Those are 3 things that you could upgrade on this summer that make a positive impact going forward. Now, whether you want that to be Gravenberch over McAllister, that's a different story. But I think that another manager who actually has a brain and can implement a structure and a style and tactics can get more out of the players. Guys, I watched Jurgen Klopp take Jordan Henderson, Fabinho, and Gini Wijnaldum to the best Premier League title. You know, we were 26-1-0, 27 games into the league. We had a 22-point difference, 26 games into the league. And then that team went and they won the fucking Champions League. He turned Firmino, Mane, and Salah into the best front 3 in the world. That, like, we have a 10-year sample size to tell you that a player's ability on the pitch is more about how he's implemented than his individual ability. There are exceptions to that rule. There are the Neymars. There are the Messis. There are the other ones. But at the end of the day, the manager is what separates these guys from being just good players to being winners. And like Pep Guardiola, another perfect example of that. So I don't think we need to, we don't need to rip out the fucking insulation. We don't need to, build this house from the ground up. You make a couple changes, you get a better manager, you go through next season. And then if you need to make more changes the following season, keep tweaking as you go.
Oh, Mike.
For me personally,
me
100%. Let me tell you something right now. Everyone watching this, remember this. We are gonna go in for Adam Wharton in the summer. Okay, like we are gonna go in for.
No, I think Liverpool buy Adam Wharton.
Yeah, you can call it Husam Bomba. You can say
I think Curtis Jones goes.
I think we're gonna go in for Adam Wharton in the summer. The rest, I have no clue, because the club have no clue. Because we don't know who the fuck's going to be the manager. We don't know what the situation is 100%. But I know that the Adam Wharton interest is like 100 million% real. Like, we want that kid badly. And like, for me, if we sign Adam Wharton, immediately, you have a much better passer in the team. Adam Wharton would walk into that midfield and be the best passer in the whole midfield. Like, out of all the pivot players, he'd be the best passer. Now, if you play him next to McAllister, you would have to do some PSG type situation, which is like keep the ball, control possession, pass left, pass right, blah, blah, blah. Now, if you play him next to Gravenberch, you're putting all the dictating tempo onus on Adam Wharton, and then you're asking Gravenberch to be the defensive guy. Now, me personally, I don't know what Mike's views are on this, or any of you guys' views are on this. But if we want to be that team that keep the ball and keep possession, we've got to get rid of Ryan Gravenberch, in my opinion, because he is a worse passer than McAllister. Now, I'm not saying he's a bad passer. I think he's an average passer, Mike, but I think he's still below McAllister in terms of just purely passing.
Husam,
now, if you want to go the other side, which would also work, if you go Wharton and Gravenberch, if Gravenberch were to perform at the defensive level, then that could also work. I'm not denying it can work. It could definitely work with both of them. But you'd have to fix that part of the team. And for me, I would much rather, and this has nothing to do with bias, this is just my honest opinion, I would much rather watch 35-year-old Mo on the right wing than watch Cody Gakpo on the left wing for another season. Like, I think he is significantly worse than him. I think with Mo, at least he gives me a moment of brilliance. At least he can take a fucking corner. At least he can do something even once every game to, get you off the edge of your seat or do some shit. I don't think Gakpo has that ability at all. So those two positions I'm fixing, and I'm allowing the new manager to make up his mind. If Luis Enrique comes in and says, I want to keep Mo, who the fuck are we telling him to sell him? If the guy comes in and says, I want to keep Virgil, I'm not going to be against him. If he says, I want to keep fucking Robertson, then I'm not going to be against him. That's Luis Enrique. Let him cook. It's okay. He wants to play with Mo. Maybe he wants to play Mo in like some Dembele role. I don't fucking know. So it depends what the new manager wants. But it's about getting all the thing to just mix together well. Because if you're gonna hand over the keys, you have to hand over the keys.
Listen, I like Adam Morton. Obviously, he's a possession-based midfielder that progresses the ball and all that stuff. But I think we need more of a destroyer than Adam Morton. Wharton, sorry. I think like someone like Onana from Aston Villa, someone like that midfield dominance that scares the opponents, that nobody wants to mess with when they're coming through the midfield. That's what we need. I don't think like a person that's just progressing the ball, passing side to side, is what we need at this moment of time. If Liverpool sign him, I'm all for it, but they better make sure they get a midfield destroyer with that signing as well, in my opinion. If you know what I mean. And that's how I want to go. I don't know about you guys, but the issue that we have in this midfield in the past few seasons, actually, we just don't have that intimidation factor there. If we have that, we'd be more dominant. Because if you look at all the greatest teams that ever existed, guys, what did they have that in midfield? Intimidation. They scared the opponents. They retained the ball. Look at Man City, Fernandinho, of course, Rodri after that, and They had these kind of players because they needed players like that.
Even now, Nico G as well. Nico Gonzalez.
This is what you need. You're gonna have to have those type of players, because once you have those type of players, it won't be as easy as to get cut through as it is right now. And that's what worries me about Adam Wharton. Great.
I would personally go for a destroyer, Fozzie. I just don't think the club.
I want Onana, mate. Onana.
I don't think the club.
The big team.
Goodness. See, with Onana, I don't think there's much difference
He's
between
only
Onana.
24. He's only 24, Jay. He's only 20.
I don't think there's much difference between him and Gravenberch. I really don't. I just think we play Gravenberch too high up the pitch this season for no reason whatsoever.
The thing is,
Gravenberch last season got Young Player of the Year and got in Team of the Year as a number 6. I look at Grav as a 6. I don't look at him as an 8. I don't think he's a very good number 8. I think Grav's a better as a number 6. And what we got to remember as well, there's been a lot of very good number 6 in the past here, good DMs that are not very good at passing the ball.
Yeah.
Makalady was shit at passing the ball.
Yeah, well, who did he have next to him?
Come on.
Yeah, but you put a great passer next to him and you're all right. Casado's not very good at passing the ball.
I agree.
That's why they got Lavia, who can do that job. But he's always injured unless he plays Liverpool. Then he's fit.
That's why they have Enzo. That's why they have Andre Santos.
What Liverpool need is a passing midfielder that can sit there next to Grav, and I think we'd be fine. I really do.
What about when the team attack though, Jay, and they cut through the midfield? Who's gonna stop that? He ain't gonna stop that.
Grav stopped it last year. Perfectly fine. Grav stopped it.
As much as I don't rate Gravenberch's passing, I agree with Jamie. His defensive work, I can't go against it. Yeah. What Jamie said was I made the people notice these things on the watch along. If you come to my watch alongs now, we're like in notice mode. We're noticing shit. McAllister is deeper than Gravenberch on the football pitch.
He's 100%.
Why? Who asked why is this a thing? Who made this a thing? Like, who made McAllister be deeper? Jamie is spot on. Gravenberch need to be a lot deeper and fucking put McAllister a bit more forward, not Gravenberch. I don't want to see Gravenberch like high up the pitch. I want to see him deep where he can defend and he can do what he's good at, in my opinion. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. As much as I love McAllister, the fact that we're looking at Adam Wharton this summer makes me think that it will probably be McAllister that leaves, most likely.
Oh, I don't. I think McAllister gets a new contract. I think it's Curtis Jones who gets sold in the summer.
But Curtis Jones is a bench option. He's not a...
No, well, he plays as many minutes as McAllister has this season. I think McAllister stays and gets a new contract. I think Szoboszlai gets a new deal. I think McAllister gets a new deal as well. And I think it'd be Curtis Jones to be sacrificed. And the reason I say that is because the fact that Tottenham were rumoured to be looking at him and Inter Milan were very rumoured to be in for him, and that was a true bid from Inter Milan, yeah? The only reason that happens is because agents have been talking and they know he's available. Otherwise, that's the reason. I don't think Liverpool will be too upset if Curtis Jones gets sold. Also, if Curtis Jones gets sold, it's pure profit. It's pure profit.
FFP wise.
I think they might look at the club. I would keep Curtis because I like Curtis. Everyone knows I love Curtis Jones here. But the club might look at Curtis now at 25, and they might look at him at 25 years of age and go, has he developed enough for him to be a first teamer to regard the wages that he might be asking for? If the answer is no, then you sell him. It's as simple as that, because he'll have a year left on his deal. So this is a big summer for a few players,
Yeah, 100%.
I think Curtis could be sacrificed in that, and some people will be happy by that, and some people will be pissed by that, because there's a lot. McAllister's a bit. Curtis Jones is a bit of a Marmite footballer. Some people really love him, some people really dislike him, but I can see McAllister staying, and Liverpool then going to get a Walton. I think.
But here's the thing, Jamie. There's too many pivot players. Then where the fuck do you play these guys?
Well, then you need the squad, don't you? So
no, I understand, but look at it this way: Gravenberg, McAllister, Wharton,
Awesome.
what's his name?
Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai's the one. Yeah, this is the one.
That's 4, Jamie. That's 4.
Slot talking about him today, yeah, right? The way Slot spoke about Szoboszlai today, Szoboszlai is his guy. That is his midfielder. If he can only have one player, it's Szoboszlai, man.
Yeah, I think
he loves him, right? And I understand why. He's always available. The man never stops running. He's technically a good footballer as well. I can understand why everyone would want a Szoboszlai. Yeah, he's a good footballer. The problem is Szoboszlai wants a big contract. Yeah, he wants a big contract. Real Madrid will be looking at Szoboszlai. He will be looking at Real Madrid. He's Hungarian. The greatest Hungarian player of all time played for Real Madrid and is a legend, yeah? He want to follow in that footsteps. And people might be saying, Jamie, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Go and listen to Hungarian reporters about it, that talk about it, journalists. They're like, that is a goal of his one day. So I would be concerned because I think he's got 2 seasons left on his deal, hasn't he?
Yeah.
This summer, we need to tie him down. We need to try. Out of the 3 midfielders, Szoboszlai, McAllister, and Gravenberch, I'd keep Szoboszlai out of all 3 of them.
Yeah,
because Szoboszlai
definitely earned it.
Because of the age, he's younger than Mac, and a little bit older than Grav, but he's what he gives us in a team, ain't it? He can play 6, he can play 8. We know he can play in that right back area if you want. He's got multi-facets to his game. He's a good ball striker.
I'm sorry, Jamie. Let me just say this. You guys, you people are the weirdest fucking bunch of inbred bastards I've seen on the internet. The fact that you're race baiting on a football conversation is so fucking weird. And this happened to me earlier on today, even in the Mo video. Do you ever see me tell Tom Little the reason why he likes Robertson is because he's white? It has nothing to do with the race, you stupid bastard. We're talking about the qualities of the players. I just said if Wharton signs for Liverpool, I suspect McAllister will leave. Not everything you're making it about. We just said Ektika is our second best player. Like man said, a black player has to be twice as good to be respected. Says who?
I just told you I love Curtis Jones, man. Curtis
Honestly,
it's like can't win.
Bro. This guy just.
That is just. I'm no.
Weirdo, bro.
That's just stupid. It's just stupid.
No one here. I've been like, let's not even do this. We can mention all the examples. Like Trent was my favorite player, and I was protecting him all of last season as well. So let's not do this whole like just rage baiting using race and stuff. No one's talking about race. We're talking about.
We're coming up with.
Gravenberg is a lot more athletic than McAllister. He's better defensively. Guess what? McAllister's better on the ball. That's just the truth. We see it with our eyes.
That's their strength. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. One guy's better on the ball, the other guy is better.
That's why last season they actually made a good partnership last season because Grav did the defending and the ball carrying, and McAllister was the one further forward moving the ball, weren't he? And we have a better structure last season.
I remember in the games like if McAllister needs to be sitting back and Gravenberch goes forward, they swapped. You know what I mean? That's how it was. They were complementing.
And our problem now this season, Fozzie, is they all get forward. That's our problem now. Everyone goes forward. No one holds. No one holds. We're too offensive. We're too easy to play against.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Football's about opinions, man. Forget about the color, race, and all that nonsense, man. I love
Yeah,
that.
we're just talking about football players right now.
I love that nonsense. Don't come race with that, man. But carry
We're
on.
just talking about profiles. Profiles has nothing to do with race. We're talking about what player is good at. And look, here's the thing for me. This team still needs a bit of work. But this goes back to Mike's point an hour ago. If I bring in a good manager in here, and Foz's point as well, if I bring in a good manager in here, we might change our mind on all these players. Like I don't fucking
it
know.
could happen. It could happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't know, man. I really just don't understand how we need to be able to fix. We need to be able to fix up, and we have to make a lot of big decisions in the summer. We have to make a lot of big decisions in the summer, and it's the same thing with the manager as well. I think now, look, the guy's not gonna go unless we get humiliated or embarrassed, like in these next 3-4 games. He's not gonna go unless it's like unbelievably embarrassing. It's probably just gonna be he's gonna be the manager till the end of the season, and we take it from there. Now, the decisions that we make will shape up Liverpool's future. That's just the truth. The decisions that we make is going to shape up our future going forward. I actually think one of the other reasons why I want Arsenal to win the league is because I don't think Arsenal can go back to back.
You want Arsenal to win the league, Husam?
And I think Man City not winning the league will signify the end of the Pep era. If Arsenal win the league this season, I can almost guarantee that Liverpool win it next year.
They're gonna catch up, man. No Arsenal, man. I love that.
If Arsenal win the league this year, I can almost guarantee that we win the league the year after.
Yeah,
I can guarantee it.
Arsenal, you never shut them up if they win the league. That's why people don't want.
Maybe, man, there is World Cup.
They're still our songs, you know what I mean? With Man City, because of how they win titles and how they came to winning titles, nobody cares, mate.
I said it today. I think
Nobody cares.
that win we gave Man City last week is what's going to make them win the league now. And there's some transfer business. Mark Gay and Semenyo is just great business.
Yeah,
it's great business. They want to win the league.
In the league, man. We know
if Pep doesn't win it this year and he stays, I don't see him winning it next year. That's it.
I would be surprised if Pep won it this year and left.
He's gonna leave. Yeah, he's gone.
Well, that's the thing.
I don't want to hear no more.
Okay, here's how I think the domino falls. I think if Pep wins it this year, I think Arteta leaves in the summer. He won't get sacked. I think he will probably resign if they don't win the UCL or the Prem. And then they get a new manager in. And I think they could have their own version of Arne Slot, which is basically the players hear a new voice in the dressing room and they end up winning it.
How about the play the other way? You know what I mean?
It can go the other way for us. We could become a fucking top 4 club next year and we're completely fucked.
Our summer this year is, for me, if we get Champions League football, this summer coming would be the most important summer in Liverpool's history, in my opinion, for a long, long time. Because
I agree with that.
Yeah,
we can't keep selling players because it's ruining our squad to make money, and we shouldn't have to sell players. We need positions filled. We need another centre back.
We need a bench.
We need for me another midfielder, maybe 2. We need another. I would literally let Cody Gakpo go and get a new left winger in. If Salah's going to stay, he's going to stay. If he goes, you need a new right winger. So there's obviously you need 2 wingers, a midfielder, a centre back, and the position that a lot of people are talking about is left back. If Robbo leaves in the summer, we've got 1 left back. And this manager does not like youth players. So I know everyone keeps going on about,
Costas, Simicast, you see that favor I asked you for a year ago? I believe you to run it. Come on, Simicast, one more year.
The fact we let Costas go on loan.
We've got to worry about left back as well. We are fucked, bro.
Yeah, it's just
because you don't know what's more fucked up.
A lot of time, man.
With Bradley's injury record, we might have to worry about right back too. Like I just don't fucking know, bro. Like I'm just look. I can tell you the 2 players we will look at this summer, from the people I know and from the people I speak with, Wharton and Barcola. Those are the 2 that I can guarantee we will look at and we will speak to. Whether and I have to explain something to the chat, because there's always someone in the chat who comes in the summer and goes like, you told me we're going to sign Barcola. I'm not saying we're going to sign him. Those are the 2 that we're looking at. Wharton, Barcola. I don't know if we end up signing them, but those are like the 2 main targets, in my opinion. Now, and based off what I know. So we we look at those two. If we get those two, we significantly upgrade, in my opinion. But then after that, what do you do? Because Jamie is making me even sadder now. I'm even sadder. I'm like, fuck, like left back, right back, fucking center back as well now.
It's
If
true,
Gomez
man. It's
leaves,
true.
like,
It's true. It's true.
boys, are we in a rebuild and we just are unaware of it? Or like, what the fuck's happening here?
I think
Look,
season
if it's done, if it's done properly, it'd be absolutely fine. You know what I'm saying? If it's done properly, it'd be fine. If Canate signs, it's happy.
Yeah, let me ask you a question, Jamie. Do you think at some point of this season they decided to be a transition season?
I think
How the season went?
I think as soon as I think around Christmas time is when they decided it's a transitional season. I think before that, because Tom Werner did that interview on the American podcast.
I remember you say
we had this summer to win everything. That's what he said.
He said that.
And then I think around Christmas time, I think they looked at it and went, it's a transitional year.
Yeah.
You know, there's things that have happened, the Jota passing, you know, things like that. They're looking at it as maybe, is that breaking his leg and all this sort of stuff. They're looking at it now and going, yeah, we need a bit more time here. So if that is the case, and that's how they think, that you can't sack the manager, then can you?
Nope. That's why I said that round the table thing came up. That's why they were telling you like he ain't going anywhere. You know what I mean? So
it wouldn't shock me if we just sign 2 more players and keep the whole team as is, literally, as well.
I think we have a big summer, Sam. I've got this feeling we're going to spend a lot of money.
Well, we will.
Well,
because
we've already
Salah will cost money and Wharton will cost money.
Well,
so
think about it this way. When was the last time Liverpool really paid 65 million for a 20-year-old?
Never.
An unproven 20-year-old, we spent 65 million on him, which tells you Liverpool have got money. You remember that thing of news going around a few weeks ago? Oh, Liverpool are broke, to go find it time. We found 65 million from nowhere, did we? Like Liverpool got money, man, if they want to spend it. And I've always said this about FSG. The money's there. If they want to spend it on the player they want, they will spend it. You know, they will, if they're willing to buy a player for whatever it costs, will spend it. But I don't remember Liverpool spending 65 million on an unproven 20-year-old centre-back in such an important position, knowing that Konate's contract's in the air and Virgil has got a year left on his deal.
I don't think they would have if there was no other competition out there. You know what I mean? Because unfortunately there was other teams that was interested in the boy. That's why they had to pay that money. And
we beat him to Chelsea, to be fair, didn't we?
Yeah, there you go. That's why they had to pay.
But then they came out, and I think they all said, Ornstein came out and said Chelsea were paying the same. It's just that, you know, he got his heart.
As a player, rather than, you know, money reasons and all that stuff as Chelsea do. Where are you going to go with Chelsea? It's not trophies, is it? Really, you're not going towards Liverpool. You are, so you could progress as a player as well. You've got longevity there at Liverpool, so that's why.
I just feel like we will have a big summer and we will spend big players. We
have to. Man.
They know that. I think Cody Gakpo goes this summer. The reason I think that is because they've looked at the contract they've offered him and his performance don't warrant it. So I think if there's a buyer, I think they'll let Cody Gakpo go because of that reason. They're very much on that. When they give a player a new contract, if they don't think he's living up to the standards of that contract, they'll let him go. And plus, it means they'll probably get good valuation for him. Teams will. I could see Cody going to Germany and getting 20 GA easy.
Well, look at Diaz at the moment, bro.
Easy, yeah. I could see that happening easy. So I have a feeling Cody will go in the summer. You know,
Slot leaves. Yeah, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Get ready, guys. This summer is gonna be very interesting. I just hope we don't fall for the shit that other clubs fall for with World Cup hype, because I know like there'll be 2-3 players who fucking have a great World Cup.
God,
to be fair, I fell for it probably myself as well with the whole Amrabat.
We've all done it.
With the Amrabat stuff, with the Unahi stuff like this.
Why
are you using your shit at Mike? Mike's been quiet for 20 minutes. Can I understand?
Amrabat had the World Cup of his life, did he? And everyone went,
what the fuck are you talking about?
Who's this baller? Like, where's he? And then Man United buy him.
Fabinho, isn't it? Next Fabinho, bro.
And then Man United buy him, and he's as slow as shit. You know?
Me, man.
Yeah.
Good old days,
Leave me
the
out, man.
stuff is different.
Leave me out.
Oh,
leave
you
me
don't
out.
care. He said enough, like what on previous streams. Oh, fair enough. I hear that. I hear
Say,
that.
guys, like, say if obviously Pep Guardiola wins the league and obviously Arteta doesn't, and they both leave at the same time. Are we still in a strong place, like, to go for next season if they both leave?
Bro, the reason here, look, let me just give my reason. Fuck the Arsenal fans. It's even better for us that Arsenal win the league this year because 100% they're not going to go back to back. They're just not going to go back to back. We know the difficulties of going back to back. They're going to be on such a high after winning their first league title in the Arteta project and since 20 years that they're not going to win it again the year after. And with Manchester City and Pep for the first time ever would have went 2 years without a league title. So if we just get our summer right after Arsenal winning the league, I think we can win it next year.
Okay.
I think we'll be right up there, but we just need to make correct decisions, whether it be the new manager.
I
new
don't
signing.
think I think like if both
This is why like people always get like, oh, you keep deflecting when you're speaking about Mo. I'm not deflecting. My logic is very simple. You want to sell him, but get me a good replacement.
it's Mo stuff, man. Like,
Yeah, don't bring me some 17-year-old and tell me he's the Mo replacement. That's all I'm saying. Like, bring me players of quality, and then you could sell whoever you want, and you could, we could actually like get this shit going. If you're telling me, oh, we're gonna sell Mo and we're gonna get Olise, I'll be like, okay, let's do it. But don't tell me we'll sell Mo and get Matthias Mane and then go like, oh, we have to win the league next year. Matthias Mane is fucking kid, bro. Like,
I wouldn't mind Matthias Mane. He's in the squad, though. To be fair, he's a good player, but not as a replacement for
in
Mo.
the squad.
What?
In the
Yeah.
squad.
What if Mo's replacement is not on the right hand side and it's on the left hand side, and we go down the left instead of the right next season? So you get
You mean
Barcola,
like Barcola or something?
and Barcola's your main. Like in the last few years, our main side of our pitch has been the right because of Trent and Mo, right? Obviously, you use that side of the pitch more. What if next year we look at it and go, Wirtz likes leaning to the left a bit, so does Kirkes, not politically, but and then you got Ekatike, who's a good left back, and then what if you get someone like a Barcola in there, and that's the Salah replacement, just because, and then we use the left hand side.
I don't mind that at
our
all.
main strength.
I don't.
Yeah.
I legit don't mind it. I think Barcola is a very good player. I like Bradley Barcola. I wanted Barcola from when he was at Lyon. I was doing live streams saying sign Barcola from the Lyon days. I really like him. I don't mind that. But like I'm saying, it has to be a player of a certain ilk. A player who's played the Champions League football, who has experience, who's had big games, shit like this. Not Matthias Mane, who was at Wolves, who's a kid. Like, with all due respect, I don't think Mane is even better than Rio. But anyway, we'll have that conversation some other day. Regardless,
I don't rate
this has
Rio.
been one hell of a stream. 2 hours and 20 minutes, boys.
oh damn.
Love you. Yeah, 2 hours and 7 minutes. Sorry, 2 hours and 7 minutes. I'm gonna go rest up. We have the Villa watch along inshallah tomorrow and the Liverpool watch along as well. We haven't even spoken about the Brighton game. But regardless, love to every single one of you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us on yet another stream. Fozzy TV is in the description. Go give him a subscription. Mike Dass's channel is in the description. Mike Das LFC, please go give him a subscription. And that's not actually Jamie's channel. Liverpool Chats TV is his channel, so ignore the name he has on the screen. Ignore the name.
Hey, come on.
Go give him a subscribe. We're gonna send you guys over to
I
Drifty
forgot I had
TV.
that. I forgot I had that.
We're gonna send you guys over to Drifty TV. He's live with Ram playing the game, so go over there and tell him Husam raid in the chat. Love you all, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, inshallah. Peace out, people. Slow